They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
Guy's out.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers: the professional tier, the Master League; the semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series; the Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2, and 3. But this is no easy task. At the end of every phase, the bottom 2 contestants are dropped out, They are replaced by the top teams from the starter cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series are rewarded with promotion to the Master League. The top 4 teams will proceed to play in the next season's Masters League. Meanwhile, the Master League runs uninterrupted until the end of the season. The 12 champions will constantly try to establish their dominance over the others. But at the end of a season, the bottom 4 teams are relegated to the Challenger Series, while the top 4 play at the LAN finale for the top prize. ESL India Premiership 2018 begins in April. The registrations are on, so make sure you sign up now.
Welcome everybody, another day, another edition of the ESL India Premiership 2018. Summer Seasons is Masters League. I'm your host Vagish Gotslebhan, and all of this halabaloo has been brought to you by HP HyperX Intel, presented to you by Northern Gaming and ESL India, who have also been kind enough. Sorry, I was informed that my voice was too low. Okay, who have also been kind enough, like I'm talking about the people presenting this to you, like Northern Gaming and ESL India, who have also been kind enough to provide me with some amazing co-panelists, my amazing co-hosts and analysts.
How are you doing?
Angie is one of them.
I think this is the 51st day I've asked you how are you doing.
Yeah, I mean, you ask me the same question whenever you walk into the office. You ask me the same question when I am on the desk with you. Like, I'm here. I'm here.
It's good, it's good. It's good. Exciting day.
In fact, how do you do today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing pretty fine. Excited. It's day 51, and we almost come to an end to ESL summer season. One way, it's good that we're coming to an end because then we'll soon start fall season, and we also have a lovely land finale. The other side is a little sad because we're going to miss the teams that have been playing for so long, and we've been following them, and ask the analysts. I mean, we've been following them.
Well, let's hope the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and that is going to sort things up. Well, we have a Clash Royale game in the offing, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, the best of 5 Clash Royale, followed by Counter-Strike Global Offensive, followed by Dota 2. You know the drill. But of course, how would you know? Angie, you want to tell them how would they know?
Because if you have subscribed and followed us on our YouTube channel,
and the bell icon, tell them
the bell
icon.
You gotta hit that bell icon to know that when we come live to you guys every single day, 7 days a week. Of course, now I think we'll not be there every single day, 7 days a week. But if you've missed out any games, you can check it out on our ESL India YouTube channel. They've all been divided and kept, so all the action is right there. All you gotta do is press that icon, the bell icon, and also subscribe to us.
Yeah, the VODs are all there on on YouTube. Sure, you lazy bummers. That's what you decided. This reminds me of those people who, for example, Game of Thrones. I'll take an example of Game of Thrones. Who know the 8th season is coming, but they will not watch the previous 7 seasons.
Damn.
They will somehow evade all the spoilers, even though they hear the spoilers. It's like get in, get out. Nothing, no effect. You know why? They'd rather the entire thing end, and then they will see the entire thing.
Yeah.
That is their strategy.
I can't wait that long, though. I'm feeling really bad, though. This year, we don't even have Season 8 coming out. Damn.
So sad, so sad. But we have standings coming in right now for Clash Royale. Wow, that production quality has depreciated from last I saw. Okay. Okay, so Suteekshan beats Joshi. The guy who's playing in today is on the #1 spot, and he's got only 1 game as a loss. It's going to be his final game, so it's going to be also Mehtab's final game, who by any divine intervention, if he manages to win, can only if he manages to win this game, can he be saved?
I don't think he will be saved because I see that Rin has won a 3-8 score, so I think they'll just tie up. It's a little risky.
Who's going to go out then?
That we're going to just leave to our ops team to figure out.
Okay, then I hope Satadru and Anuj Bhutani, aka Bulls, are up for the game here. But right now, what we're up for is the game at hand here. Suteekshan beats Joshi versus Mehtab. Let's really take a look at both the players first. Let's start off with Mehtab. All right, sassy production, ladies and gentlemen, sassy production. Wubba-lubba-dub-dub. All right, moving on, we have our second contestant, Suteekshan beats Joshi. Let's hope this video plays on time. All right, it did manage to play on time, and it is of Suteekshan beats Joshi, unlike yesterday when Jimit Bhatt was playing, right?
Yes,
and they put Camille's name under Jimit.
And,
excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how production is supposed to be done. Keep the fun element up while you're bringing some intense, serious esports. That's the name of the game. In fact, when we're talking about the game, hey, let's take a look at the players while we're at it. I'm pretty sure the cards are going to be jumbled today.
Yeah, I think today it's...
No, they aren't! Oh, damn! Okay, so Manmohan Mehtab Singh has got 5393 trophies currently, whereas Beast has 4489 trophies. The small print, Angie, please read. I can't.
Yeah, so the highest trophies for Suteekshan is going to be 4,981 if I'm not wrong. Meanwhile, we have Manmohan who's at 6,000. He's one of the really, really good Clash Royale players in the country, but it's just not his year this time, I think. If you talk about the wins, of course, he's at 10,000 wins. Meanwhile, Suteekshan is sitting with 4,000. 3 crown victories, if you look at those, it's 3,500 to 727. Wow, that's a lot of 3 crown victories coming in there from Manmohan. And matches played in total 21,000 compared to 9,600. Now, even if you take the average of the matches played, still the 3 crown victories coming in from Manmohan are so much more.
Yeah, he's ended up, you told me a lot of times, he's ended up playing since I think the game released.
Yes.
So he's got a head start, but I'm presuming Suteekshan also joined the same time.
Yeah,
or maybe Suteekshan's got other aspects of life he also explores apart from just Clash Royale.
True, and more than that, I think we cannot really compare their standings to their current profiles because it's so different from what they actually stand in the ESL India Premiership. I've recently seen Suteekshan play the Sparky card himself quite a bit, so I'm excited to see whether he's deciding to ban this card because it's Manmohan's favorite card, or would he just give the option for both of the players to really use them. And while we talk about that, oh look, the bans are already done. And I see Jimit.
Oh, Jimit Bhatt is playing today. Wonderful. Jimit Bhatt is playing today. Suddenly, wonderful.
I hope he doesn't ban out this Sparky. Also, I'm worried that Manmohan doesn't really know how to tackle Suteekshan's Goblin Gang into Spear Goblins, into all the Goblin cards in general, and that is Suteekshan's strong point. So if he kind of tends to, play the Goblin cards, I hope Manmohan is able to withstand that. Also, Manmohan loves to play the Golem, which is really not going to be a really helpful card against the Goblins. So let's see. I'm really excited to see how Suteekshan takes this game, whether it's going to be a complete 3-game sweep, or like how Manmohan does this whole, I'm going to play the same thing over and over again.
Or like stuck in a loop, like it's a time loop.
Yeah, and then suddenly he just goes out of the box and does something completely random where his opponent doesn't even expect it. Now, if Suteekshan is countered with something like that, he could really just flip out the disc and, maybe forget how to react to that constant push coming in from
Or maybe we have, undermined a great thing, a great information which we never knew.
And that is?
Have you seen Infinity Wars?
Yes.
Now that I look at all of Manmohan's games, now that I do that recap in my head, it's like Manmohan has the time stone. He's just in a loop. He's just like going ahead, comes back and does the same thing. It's like he knows the outcome beforehand, so he has to play them. He has to play those cards because if he breaks the time-space continuum.
But still, the thing, even if he does have this time stone, he's not using it the right way because he is sitting on the 9th spot, and I hope someday he.
What if he changes history? What if he changes history by winning for a change? No, Manmohan can win. We are not undermining. We are not undermining Manmohan Mehtab Singh. It's just that everybody in the Masters League deserves to.
Yes. I'm excited to see whether they use Rascals, though. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the Rascals card. So I hope that one of these players does use them. If we just talk about the picks in general, I think Suteekshan is going to go play the Giant. Of course, I don't know whether it's been banned yet. It's not given on our screens. But I think we're going to see Pekka, Giant, Zappies, all that kind of stuff all over the map, which would be interesting to watch. So do you want to head into the game?
I am ready. I'm ready. I hope the production's ready for a change.
So excited for this one. Of course, this is the last game.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gotham Workaholic. We're casting the match between Mehtab and Beast. Beast, unbeatable, has lost a single game in this Premiership, and I don't expect him to lose this game because, simply put on statistically, he is unbeatable right now. And Mehtab, currently sitting on 9th position, is not able to close the gap here. And I don't think Beast is going to let up the throttle that he's got so far. And we have already seen the cards because we can see them on the screen. And Beast has gone for a very, very safe bet here, which Mehtab should have some trouble with dealing with. And we're going to find out very soon and how Mehtab is going to deal with this situation. Because guess what? Mehtab cannot push because there is a Goblin Hut there consistently guarding the tower. If Mehtab puts a big card there, then guess what? There's a P.E.K.K.A who's there to answer also. So Mehtab will have to face some resistance here, and he needs to figure out how is he going to get past the defenses that Beast is going to put up while he offensively uses the Miner poison combo to chip away at his opponent's tower. Here comes the Miner, and this could follow with a poison, but he's holding on to it because look at the amount of units that have currently entered Mehtab's side of the base, already bringing the tower down to 1600 health. Now Mehtab trying to get something done here. He's put down his own poison. He's hitting both the Goblin Hut and the Princess Tower, safely bringing it down to 2100 health already. So Ghost is out. Ghost will be engaging with the Dark Prince there. Dark Prince coming up ahead. And now Mehtab, we're waiting for his next turn. He has selected the Golem. Remember, Beast has the answer for Golem. And that answer is very simple, and that is the P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A brings a lot of damage down to the opponent, and there's nothing to stop that P.E.K.K.A from hitting that Golem. So 60 seconds left on the clock. The Golem is already out. So this is going to be, as I predicted, the P.E.K.K.A has come out. Also, defensive P.E.K.K.A coming in. Mehtab following that up with Lumberjack, who is carrying the rage spell. So that is interesting for him. So Mehtab's full combo is on the line here. And let's see, both the combos drop. The P.E.K.K.A is doing a lot of damage to that Golem, finally breaking into two. Golem splits have gone into the wrong direction. And here you go, complete push, stopped. P.E.K.K.A and all the units of Beast still alive. Now he needs to figure out how he's going to defend that tower against this big push coming towards him. All the units are fairly low on health. Beast is fairly ahead in elixir count also against his opponent, but here comes the second round of the same units. Now the Golem dropped all the way to the back. Mehtab is going for another big push, and he needs to get maximum damage out of this. However, will Beast let him go? We are now into overtime. 3 minutes time left, and we're going to see how this thing pans out in a bit more favorable position for Mehtab, because it just seems like Beast has the right cards and the right answer to everything. Rage finally out. And a lot of units of Mehtab still alive. The Reed spell, of course, helping this time, because we saw how the Mehtab's Lumberjack died there a bit early, helping the whole team out there. However, not able to get any damage on the tower. The tower still in good health. Mehtab now changing focus on the other side. Does not feel super safe on this side. And this will be a direct hit on the tower. So great job there by Mehtab, and bad job there by Beast, because he dropped a Ghost, and guess what? Ghost is invisible. No one saw him. Ghost finally able to connect on the tower, getting 3 hits. I don't quite know what happened in the last one. P.E.K.K.A now trying to chase down that Golem, break it into 2 pieces, and Golem finally breaking into 2. P.E.K.K.A still alive, getting burned down by the Inferno Dragon. That's a lot of units on Beast sides. Could he be in trouble? Yes, he is. Another Hut coming down to help him out. The Electro Wizard is out, helping him out. And well played coming out of Beast. This seems like this is going to be super close of a game. Finally, the P.E.K.K.A being put down very, very aggressively up in the front. A lot of units coming down to help him out. The Golem trying to bypass the P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A still targeting the Golem. Still will follow him to the depths of that fight and take down the Golemites as well. P.E.K.K.A still in good health. The damage is being thrown down by the poison spell. So interesting thing there. Bringing it down to 271 health. And now another P.E.K.K.A dropped right. There's 2 P.E.K.K.As in his base. Mehtab will now need to figure this out. Remember, the Beast Tower on the left is only 200 health. So if he's somehow able to bring some poison damage on that, but will he let his opponent do it? Now Miner in the back doing a lot of damage. The Rage spell is also out. More Electro Visits on the field. And that Miner is uncontested, taking a lot of damage down. The Ghost also coming in. Well played. Good game. Game 1 going in favor of Beast. That was quite an exciting game. We went for quite a ride there, by the way. We already went down to 49 minutes there. 49 seconds were left on overtime. So we're now looking at the next game. We're waiting for this game 2. We're actually seeing what is happening on this side of the match. So let's send it to the studio and let's see what they have to say about this game 1 before we get into game 2.
Alrighty then.
Exciting game. I mean, if
Exciting.
I was a little concerned over there was Suteekshan, the way Mehtab was playing that constant loop like
I
you
was
spoke
I
about.
was I was worried after upon a time when the golem just kept going in the same tower lane. I
Yeah.
was like, why can't you just divide and rule? Why don't you let the golem fly in the other rail lane so that you force Suteekshan Bees Joshi to, like,
Yeah.
divide up his own push.
I mean, to a certain extent, that did work for him because the tower did drop down to about 300 HP, if I'm not wrong. Because once the golems do split, they kind of walked indirectly in that position towards the tower, which kind of favored Manmohan. And I think if he had tried to do that from the very beginning of the game and maintain that constant balance in the push, we could have had a very different outcome to this game. Because the push was, like you mentioned, constantly in one lane. The poison was in the same thing. All the troops are getting dropped in the same place. So the golem wasn't really able to work to its full caliber. But I'm glad to see that Suteekshan was put into a corner. I saw him get a little nervous over there. He wasn't really getting to play his cards that fluently as he wanted to. He had to really constantly deal with this golem push. And I think somewhere that's what basically Mehtab wants to do. He wants to make them feel that kind of that you got to just keep dealing with my golem and I'll come up with a new strategy. So I'm very excited to see if Mehtab uses the same kind of cards in game 2 or he kind of decides to change it, because I also love the way he has picked up the Inferno Dragon, which deals with the P.E.K.K.A, which was the main counter to the Golem. So if he kind of works his placement out more clearly in the next game, I think Mehtab has a very good chance of taking the game.
True, 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 true. So I think the second game is going to be in order. So let's quickly head off to the second game and see what's in store for us.
All right, game 2 is here. That was quite an exciting game 1 between Mehtab and Beast. Both the guys played really, really well. And now we see slight changes coming out of Mehtab because he's brought in the Sparky here. So he's thinking maybe instead of Lumberjack, he's going to put the Sparky down to defend. Either to defend, and remember, he can offensively put that behind the Golem also. Whereas Beast is sticking to the same deck. He is sure of what he wants to do. Now Beast got a little off guard with this unit, and he's going to be trying to punish Mehtab by sending a few units on the left-hand side and getting a few hits on the tower. But how is he planning to stop the P.E.K.K.A? Does he have a zap? He has an Electro Wizard. He could proc it down just about now. Yes, he does. Perfect timing, by the way, on the Electro Wizard. Closing that offensive push of the P.E.K.K.A right in his track, not getting any damage done. So here we go. The big card is now revealed. Beast, however, has the answer. Just like in the last game, he's going to drop his P.E.K.K.A down. And guess what? This time there is no Lumberjack, there is no Rage Spell. However, he's replaced and got a Night Witch there. The Dark Witch is out and available. Will be getting some hits down on the tower. But the poison coming in, clearing that out. Also, the bats are out of the question. The P.E.K.K.A will get a nice hit on top of that and will go back and hit the Golemites also. Well played coming out of Beast here, and that's a lot of units now alive. And look at that barrel, by the way, the flying barrel just out of the range there, getting all the damage done. So here we go, a lot of units on Mehtab's side, and he has no elixir to deal with this. I'm surprised he actually managed to kill that P.E.K.K.A before it got there, because it seemed like the P.E.K.K.A was coming in for a free hit, and that would have been devastating. Already a minute in, Mehtab not looking so great. He only has 400 health left on that tower. And I don't know what's up with such emotions that are coming out. I guess no one likes to see a Sparky coming down in the lane. But remember, these golems are going to be helping Sparky to discharge a bit early. So you're going to see Sparky kind of going for a premature discharge of the electric current. There are plenty of distractions available. Sparky will now target the building. Now look at that P.E.K.K.A dropping right in front. It is angry. Now it's going to go for the Night Witch. There are 2 hits to the Night Witch also. But look at the Golem in the back. It's on full health. And guess what? It's hitting the tower directly. Electro Wizard has come in to help him out. And the little damage from blowing up there does bring it down to fairly low health. And now Beast has lost the tower. Now 15 seconds left on the clock. I don't think anything Mehtab can do to close this game. Actually, no, sorry, anything Beast can do to close this game. The poison has come on, so has the miner. Will he chip away at this tower? 66 health left, 2 seconds, and this is GG. 1-1 is the score. Let's head to the studio and see what they have to say about this. Thank you, guys. That was a good game. Off to the studio now.
Exciting, exciting, exciting. Finally, Mehtab Sparky Golem combination does work for him brilliantly well. And I think somewhere it was Suteekshan's mistake that his Pekka really just was like, hey, Golem,
No, no, no.
just go
I think it
by.
was not Suteekshan's mistake. I think it's how they said in the movie Doctor Strange after the movie ends and they've defeated the main enemy. No, like sometimes the warnings come after
Yeah.
the spell. So the warning is like the P.E.K.K.A. will get easily distracted by what's in front of it, right?
True, true.
So the golem had already gone to the Goblin Hut and had proceeded towards the Crown
Tower.
Princess Tower. So
Yeah.
when the P.E.K.K.A. landed, he already had something in front of him to hit. What was it? I don't
The
remember.
Sparky.
The Sparky, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like attacking the Sparky, and then he's like, "Acha, why go back? Let's
Yeah,
like
just
charge
go
forward."
But I think that completely worked in Mehtab's favor. Brilliant game coming in there by him. I expected this to be a clean sweep by Beast, but Mehtab is showing why he does 21,000 games to him. Completely makes sense. And great gameplay. I hope he sticks to the deck. I think he's very comfortable with this kind of deck, the Sparky Golem combination. I hope Suteekshan also sticks to his deck because that's the best counter. It was just maybe his card placements had to be a little bit more apt to kind of get him to win this game. Close game though.
Yeah, indeed, close,
Yes.
close enough, close enough. But is Suteekshan going to come back with the bang bang? We'll get to know.
And yes, we will know soon enough. Thank you guys for that quick breakdown. I think it kind of just came down to that placement of the P.E.K.K.A. who was more interested in taking down the Sparky instead of the Golem. Golem getting free hits on the tower, thereby closing the game for Mehtab. 1-1 is the score. Let's get into game 3 of this best of 5 between two masterclass players, Mehtab and Beast. Still rooting for Beast. Beast who's still angry, however, has absolute no reason. Actually, like, to discuss this with myself right now, Beast has no reason to win this game. He's already on number 1, by the way. He's already got invite. He just has to casually stroll through this game and still be around, basically. He has secured his position pretty well. So Mehtab, on the other hand, needs to win this game because otherwise he's going to be out of the tournament. Beast, very consistent with his deck, loves this deck, by the way, and will refuse to change it under any circumstances. However, look at that Zap finally coming in to help him out. But that Expo had connected to the tower on the left, managed to bring it down to 2144. Beast now needs to figure out how is he gonna offensively punish his opponent, because all he has that will go across the map is a miner and a poison. Let's wait and see. All right, here is the Golem hut, and to take care of that, he's actually put the Expo a few blocks down. So his plan right now is to just take care of the Golem hut. He doesn't want to offensively punish his opponent. For him right now, for Mehtab right now, the job is already well done. He's taken care of the hut. However, now, what does he have to punish his opponent with? Because right now what you see in his deck is fairly defensive and slow-moving cards. So his job actually now at double elixir time is to get that Expo fairly put forward, so he can try and do some damage on the tower. Now the Expos come out on the right-hand side. The P.E.K.K.A. is there to tank. The poison also comes out to bring these two towers down. P.E.K.K.A. is taking a lot of damage. Will he be able to make it to the Expo? No, Expo zapped away. And it was a successful defense by Beast there now. What went different there? I don't know, actually. That was a fairly similar kind of move as seen earlier. Now defensive tower also coming in, slowly zapping away at the P.E.K.K.A. Fairly large amount of distraction for that P.E.K.K.A. by the way. Poison comes out and he will lock on the tower. Now the tower is locked in and a zap coming in to distract him. Finally back up to the tower. Will not be able to bring it down further than 23 health. But the push is relentless. More damage being done, and this is too late. He's lost the game. Does he have the zap to slow this down? No, he doesn't. The Expo has targeted the tower, bringing it down fairly quickly. This is going to be GG. And the Beast is losing game 2. Mehtab going into game 1 of... Mehtab actually taking 2 games on his opponent. But the game is not over yet. So let's head back to the studio and let's see what particularly Vagish has to say about this particular game. To you.
All right, thank you, Vircoholic. Definitely, it's like asking a blind horse, hey, horsey, tell me where the grass is. And all I'll say is, well, moving on, apart from that joke, the Expo and the Tesla coil combination works. In fact, I've used that combination myself, but in a more defensive fashion. If I was in that predicament, I would put the the Tesla tower somewhere in the middle, so that both my crown towers have a hit at whoever is coming to damage my Tesla tower. True. And also the Tesla tower also is like, you know,
but I think the Tesla, I think in this one he put the Tesla down more to just see that even if the P.E.K.K.A gets one shot on the tower, it's not really going to affect the Expo. I think he wanted that connector to always be on the Expo, so he dropped the Tesla. I was also wondering the first time he did, I'm like, why isn't he just putting it on the side? It makes sense.
It would make it, like, I mean, the players have their own strats. I mean, every player has their own strats. And like, I mean, you have just limited cards. It's like how Dota works. You will have the same 124, 122 heroes, but the way you play that hero depends on what your play style is. The same thing works with Clash Royale.
That's true, and I'm very, very excited to see. I mean, I wish Mehtab had more games now, because suddenly he's got into this new mode. He's just got so confident.
Let's not jinx it. No, let's not jinx it.
Great Clash Royale.
Let's not jinx it, Angie.
Yes. And also, I like the fact, I wanted to add to this, that even this time, Suteekshan did have the Goblin Hat and the minor combination. But to defend that, this time, we had Mehtab who just played the Archer card, which actually worked really well for him. So I like now how he's learning to balance his elixirs so beautifully well. Even though he's taking big cards like the Expo and the Tesla, he's adding the one elixir card, he's adding the Archers, just to maintain balance and hold his defense strong, which I think he had not done in his previous matchups in the ESL India Premiership.
Interesting anecdote there. No, not an anecdote. What am I saying? Insight there. What is wrong with my English today? We'll head off into the next game to see what's happening there.
All right. Thank you so much, Vagish and Angela. By the way, Vagish, great analysis there. Absolutely love listening to what you have to add to the game. And you should do more of it, by the way. It's great. So, now that was quite a kick for Beast to finally change his card. He actually stuck through the same deck for the first 3 matches. Finally decides that, hey, maybe my opponent has figured me out. And now will decide to change his deck around. And we see quite a lot of different units coming out of Beast, who's opted for a similar deck that his opponent was using earlier. Now Mehtab will see the Sparky coming out and he's thinking, whoa, what is coming my way? That Sparky now will tank that Expo for quite some time. Fairly good health, but will he get a shot down on the tower? No, a nicely placed log taking down the Sparky. However, Beast now knows exactly what his opponent has and now will laugh away at his opponent. Is this even allowed? Like, is that many amount of emojis allowed in the tournament? I don't quite know. But I am not the League Ops head here, so those are some other guys, part of the other team that we have here. So here we go, Expo now trying to take down that Golem, but he is very, very, very tanky, by the way. Now the Fireball coming in to defend will bring down the Golem quite low, will go into 2 pieces. However, still in decent shape to take some damage on that tower. The tower taking a lot of damage, especially to the DPS that's being brought in by the 2 bats there. Simply bringing the tower down to 0. And Mehtab is in a lot of trouble here already. Does not have the answer to this deck that his opponent is using. We're still not into double elixir time. Mehtab still has a minute and about 10 seconds left to figure something out. However, I doubt Beast, with this little bit of premeditation of this match where he thought his opponent will not change deck. Maybe Beast will not do this. I'm surprised to see the Expo actually change target there. I don't know how he did that. Maybe did the Golem walk out of his range? So many mysteries still left unresolved in this game. The Golemites are now angry because they just lost their mother and they kind of like spawned out of their mother, and now they have to figure this out. They have to figure out their life right on the battlefield for the few seconds that they are around. Sparky distracted. More distraction coming in. Not necessary, but that Ice Spirit getting an excellent hit. And guess what? There's now nothing stopping that from hitting the tower, but a spark of lightning comes in, takes it out. 20 seconds left on the clock. There's nothing much he can do. We are going to go to game 5. And the moment this clock hits 0, we're going to jump to the studio. The moment it hits 0. So with 8 seconds left on the clock, I don't see any changes in this match coming up. Why don't we go to the studio and let's hear what they have to say about this game. Angela and Vagish, I hope you guys are ready, and here we go to you now.
It's almost as if Workaholic is like warning us, hey, we're going to the studio. What are we doing? Like, stop! Stop in the name of esports. All right. That game was pretty quick.
Yeah, that game was exciting. I like the way how Suteekshan completely played the deck that Mehtab plays normally. And he played it very differently, but I was a little worried on what Mehtab's answer was to that. I think Suteekshan knew to a certain extent that if he does play the Golem card this time, Mehtab is going to still stick to the Expo. And the Expo is the worst counter to the Golem because the Golem is so tanky. He's not really going to take any damage.
It's like hitting arrows on a stone, yaar. Come on, the basic common sense. Basic common sense. Arrows don't hurt stones. Even if they do, it's like chip damage. It's like chip damage.
Chip is also an understatement to that damage.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that works for Suteekshan. He played this game and outplayed. I would say that he outplayed Manmohan beautifully well in this matchup. But the good and exciting part is that we do have another game after that because of the score being 2-2. I hope Manmohan has understood that he can't really stick to his Expo deck. Nor do I think he should stick to his Golem deck. I think he should come up with something totally different.
Totally brand new, like something which Suteekshan wouldn't expect.
And the other part that I want to mention is Suteekshan has been undefeated to a certain extent. Only one person has taken him down. So Mehtab should be really proud of himself today that he's taking games.
He took one game off.
2 games.
2 games off.
Yes, he's taken
2 games off. 2 games
so
off.
I hope that he takes this last one too.
All right, thank you so much. That was quite the breakdown. And this is game 5 of best of 5 that we don't get to see very often, but it's always nice to see game coming to game 5 now. A lot of cards have been switched around, and this matchup right now is the matchup where Mehtab actually won the game. This is the same matchup that we saw in game 3. So now this is going to be quite troublesome. Let's see if Beast can face off against this match and come out ahead, because there are some right answers, but sometimes things just don't work out in your favor. So we're going to see now how these two guys battle it out and who comes up ahead. We see a lot of units being deployed right now, and Beast has kind of shown his deck right away, so his opponent knows what he has exactly. First hit on the tower brought to you by Beast, and Poison also coming there, bringing it down to very low health of 1600. And Mehtab now puts down his big card, and guess what? Beast knows exactly what's coming because he's dropped down the P.E.K.K.A of his own. Now, Mehtab most likely going to follow it up with the Sparky or a Mega Minion, which is Mega Minion right now. And he has the Dark Princess ready there. The Princess will be spawning a lot of bats here to help out this push. More bats being spawned on the left-hand side. And that P.E.K.K.A now completely forgetting about the Golem. No, makes a U-turn, goes for the Golem again. Now, that's what you want. And the game that he lost earlier was because the P.E.K.K.A was too busy hitting other units and completely ignored the Golem there. Now P.E.K.K.A, with his job well done, is making its way back to the tower. Tower will get a few hits on that P.E.K.K.A, will be able to bring it down fairly well in advance. But look at the health of the tower. It's very low. And you know what? Who brought the health down so low? It's just been a sole effort of a Soul Miner and a Poison combo. Beast is in great shape at the moment. However, because of the way these decks work, I would not put the game in his favor right now. He could potentially lose this match if he's not careful. Look at the commitment on the left-hand side. Now Mehtab needs to know. Like, Beast knew what Mehtab was going for. He tried to distract him on the left-hand side. However, he completely ignored it, putting all his units in front here. Now P.E.K.K.A needs to go back and stop that Golem from doing more damage, and he will take a few hits at that and killing the baby little cute Golemites also in the now. Look at the health on Beast Tower, already down to 1200 health. The Miner coming in, not hitting the right target, but look at the damage already. The Ghost is in town, and this is 5 seconds left on the clock. GG. Beast being a fairly strong opponent for every single of his Master League's fellow gamers that he has, and good job there, Beast. 3-2. Mehtab, great, even better job, by the way, taking 2 games off Beast and looking very strong in all 5 games. Congratulations to both the players. Let's send it back to the studio. Let's hear what they have to say. Back to you guys.
Alrighty then. A couple of things there, Angie, I'd like to bring to your notice. I'm pretty sure you must have noticed it. Mehtab loves his Sparky Golem combo a lot. Now, again, if you love the Sparky Golem combo, play it. I believe that you're playing it so often is because you want to better it. But again, bettering it doesn't mean that you overlook every other important aspect. The Night Witch, for example. The Night Witch or the Mega Minion, for that point of matter, are all of them. Just these 4 cards, the Tesla, the Sparky, the Golem, the Night Witch, and the Mega Minion itself, it raises your average elixir cost to around 4.5, 4.4.
True.
You don't, unless and until you pull off a Suteekshan Beast Joshi, wherein you're waiting for the into 2 elixir time.
Yeah.
Is like, okay, theek hai, mera 4.4 will become 2.2, so then I will like attack.
Yeah.
So then learn to hold on till then. Hold on to the big cards. Don't reveal them. Just use the smaller cards.
Yeah.
Or just keep 2 tanky cards. If I was in Mehtab's shoes, what I would have done is I would have used the Golem. I would have used the Sparky. But I would have got a defensive structure, which would be cheap.
Yeah.
In case if I'm unable to fend off an attack, I can divert the attack or split the attack. And I would have gotten myself bad shitloads of like cheap
Tiny
troops.
units, yeah.
Cheap troops. Because the cheap troops will keep rotating. I can keep the tanky cards for my into 2.
Yeah.
So when that elixir time happens, I can launch a full-fledged massive attack which the opposition would never ever expect. And then they have to employ, then it's a 2-sided attack. It's not even a Golem getting followed by a Sparky. It's like a lane has a Golem coming towards you and a lane has a Sparky. Whichever one you want to defend, defend. Because I know all your cards now. You don't know my 2 cards.
Yeah.
That would have been a great strategy. If you wanted to play like that, definitely that would have been like out of the world, man.
Yeah.
That strategy would like crazy. Like, because then the opposition would never know what should I defend against, the Sparky or the Golem.
The element of surprise.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think always the element of surprise is what defines how well your game kind of goes. And in this one, I don't think Mehtab has thought about the element of surprise.
Nothing. I told you he has the time stone. I told you he has the time stone. He does this on his phone. Like, okay, if I do not play this deck, something in the future is going to go bad. So I need to go back and play this deck because then I will disrupt the flow of time and then history will change. I think that's the case if I pull off a sad joke on that.
But at the end of the day, I do have to give the thumbs up to Suteekshan.
Yeah.
I think if you had just won that 1 game against Mukul, you would be an undefeated champion. But yes, it's exciting to know that you're going to be making it to the LAN finale. Congratulations to Mehtab, of course. I don't
to everybody
know his position
who has
as of
made
now.
it to the LAN finale. Double congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Then single congratulations to everybody who's managed to stay in the Masters League.
Yes.
And then, sadly, we have to see you go. Everybody who's managed to get relegated to the Challenger League. We'll see you guys in winter now.
Yeah, that's not bad. You can go back and get a little excited, practice a lot in the Challenger League during fall season and come back very, very strong. And I think that's what happened to even Mukul. In summer and fall, he wasn't really into one of those players who you'll be like, oh my God, he's going to be a defending champion. And Arpan was all over the stars. But when he came back in winter, you saw the adrenaline rush in Mukul. And to see him become the reigning champion and sit on that throne, it was very, very exciting. And I'm a little sad that I may not see him this time. But he's played some fantastic Clash Royale for us.
Indeed, indeed. So let's quickly take a short break here. On the other side, CSGO.
They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
Guy's out. Decoy.
That was beast.
Game, record, and
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're back from the short commercial break here where you saw some amazing ads from some of our amazing sponsors.
Yeah.
Well, because they're amazing in itself to popularize esports in the country. I'm talking about Omen by HP, HyperX, Intel, all of them coming together along with our partners. Why would I say partners? Our the people who are presenting it to you,
Yeah.
Nordwin Gaming and ESL India, presenting some top-notch esports action here by the through the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons is Masters League. We have 3 seasons. Summer Seasons is just like round. Next month we're going to be in Bombay. And that's where, in fact, Adi announced it during the India Gaming Show.
Yeah.
He announced it that the first summer season land finale is going to be in Bombay. And that's where we'll be headed in June. And that's where you should be headed in June. A, if you got to meet and greet the teams. B, if you got to meet and greet us. I'm pretty sure by us, I mean just Adi, Mamba, and Angie. Nobody wants to meet me.
Except Carrie Benati.
And moving on, see if you want to see what's the latest in esports action. I don't know what you said. I did not hear that.
Yeah.
I refuse to hear that. Moving on. Angie, oh my God, such humor, such dark humor, much wow. All right, so moving on, we have an amazing game lined up for you guys today. We have a Pune game.
Yeah.
Because Intencity Pune 5 is playing. Pune Nagri is also my, you could say, kind of like my second home. because that's where I went to educate myself, spent a quality time, found some lifelong friends and mentors. So Pune is always going to be one of my favorite cities, and Intensity Pune 5 is one of the games having a showdown today. Alrighty then, that's Intensity Pune 5. I like this team. I like the resilience. This team is a package waiting to explode on the faces of the big league teams. When I say big league, I'm talking about what it's like how people generate presumptions about certain teams in the Indian subcontinent. Oh my God! Like I'm not taking anything from them. I'm just like. They are good. That is why they're generating that kind of love, care, and affection for them. Like I'm talking about ETG, brutality, too easy. I mean, somewhere down the line, if you realize, if you do the same time stone thing, go back in time. ETG also, when it started out small.
Yeah.
Brutality, when it started out with small level
all
tournaments.
started the way
Everybody has to
Intensity.
go up that ladder to Mount Olympus. You know, to be Zeus, you gotta be a mortal and then be given the powers of gods and like become Kratos and then become the overall god. Oh, I'm just going on to the other game altogether. But that is the way forward. I believe IP City 5, Intensity Pune 5. I believe they have in them what it takes to be a big league team. They just need the right amount of heat for that iron to be hot, and they need the right amount of force to strike it into shape. And I think that this team is sort. If this team was a football, like if this team was like 5 football players from the youth academy, and if I was Arsene Wenger or somebody, not even Arsene Wenger, if I was heading Arsenal or any football team, I would have picked them out. Like these kids have a future. I'll put them up. I'll put them up.
Also, they have a lot of adrenaline in them to kind of just, every time they play the game, they always play it with a full momentum of winning. Even though you feel that they're underdogs, they cannot perform, at the end of the day, they show you such beautiful...
Well, if they were underdogs, they wouldn't be in the Masters League in the first place.
That's true. But we always have this thing, right? We have the top names in Counter-Strike. And then you have some names that you hear about, but you're like, hey, you know what? They'll just be knocked out here and there. But Intensity Purify, one of those teams that have been shining through ESL India Premiership. They defeated some of the best teams in the country. And more than that, I think the basic thing about this team is they've got the basis of Counter-Strike, the foundation of Counter-Strike very strong for themselves. They play some great shots there. They have some good aim. And they have good map control and map presence, and their rotations are on point. I think this team is fantastic, and I hope to see them in the fall season. I mean, as of now, they're not at the best spot. They're sitting 9th on the board.
Yeah, I mean, if they win this game, they tie up with the team right above them.
Yeah.
So then it's all up to the round difference.
True.
So I really want this team to make it forward, at least stay in the Masters, because they have the potential.
They have the. I think in fall they'll just be splendid.
They've done what other mid-tier teams could not.
True.
They've shown that if given the kind of effort, you can do that. But moving on, the opposition here, ladies and gentlemen. So now a little bit about them before we head off into the team reduction here. Adi and me, we have spoken at length about them a lot during the last year's ESL India Premiership. We've ensured that these guys somehow. Maintain eco during eco rounds, don't outrageously, extravagantly go on a shopping spree as if it's like a Zara sale going on.
Actually, I always wanted to ask you, do you think there is something that is bothering Wackband's gameplay quite a bit?
I don't know. I'll tell you. If I believe Adi was here, he would have, and if you would have asked him the question, I believe this would have been Adi's answer. Wackband needs to watch and learn. That's the desperate need of the hour.
Yeah.
And it's not just Wackband. Take a leaf out of Entity's book. I saw a video yesterday, and it's not just Entity gaming, watching other teams play. They watch every game of CS happening in the ESL India Premiership. They take notes.
Yeah.
The team sits together like a family. They have pizza and they watch Counter-Strike Global Offensive. They watch. They imbibe. They learn.
Yeah.
And then they learn not to make that mistake again. Right? I mean, when I was born, I did not know, oh my God, fire, so pretty, wavy, wavy, let's touch it. Oh my God, burny, burny, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. That's one life lesson with one burn. I mean, if you get burnt multiple times, isn't it about time you like just took a step back, opened a new leaf, like started a new leaf, and like just looked at all the teams, see, okay, this is my game with X team. Where did I go wrong? This is this X team with some other team. Where did they go wrong? It's like mathematics.
Yeah.
You have to see where you went wrong with them, and then you have to see where they went wrong with somebody else. That's how you join the dots. That's how
Correct.
that's how
That's how you
strategic
finish the
thinking works.
puzzle. Yeah.
And that is what a team like Whack Band needs. But right now, what we need is faces to the name Whack Band. So that's Team Whack Band for you, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, there's no problem with the team. There's nothing wrong with the gameplay. Everything is fine. Rane Kaka, Spawn. These are like Adi speaks about them with a lot of respect a lot of times because of the fact that the team is good.
Yeah.
It's just that it's how a rebellious child in the family is. They will never listen. They will never listen because they don't know what they don't want to listen. And that's the thing with Whack Band. They have to put a comma in that sentence. Take that brief pause. That's going to help them so much.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to bring us to the map pick veto.
Overpass.
All right. Train, Inferno, Mirage got banned by Whack Band. Wow, that's ironic. Got banned by Whack Band. And Dust 2, Nuke and Cash got banned by Intencity Pune 5. I like the Cash ban coming in from Intencity. I like the fact that they outrageously pushed this over to Overpass. Fast game. This is going to be not a very puggy map altogether. A lot of thinking required how to acquire B or A control here. And you got to make it swift.
Is this one of the strong maps for VB?
It's not about one of the strong maps for VB. It's about the fact that when let's take bomb site B for example. Okay, acquiring bomb site B on an overpass is, or rather can be, a very swift take. It's about holding the bomb site. That's the problem. The connector is the problem. Rotations are absolutely wonderful. You can rotate midway and go off to A, fake a B plant and like go to A. You could do that beautifully here. But the end strategy of the game is on 2 levels, rather 3 in this case. A, know what you're doing. If you are in like half a mind, okay, I'm going to B, then suddenly I'll go to A, you're going to lose. You're going to lose face there. B, hold. Like literally, think of yourself as nothing different than Hodor. Hold door, hold bomb site.
Yeah.
And 3, I will say, because Whack Band is here as a team playing this game, please, for the love of esports, please use the eco rounds for what they're supposed to. Eco! That's what you need. You need the money management skills, because after upon a time, you can't rely on your Glocks and your pistols to like do the damage for you.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the case. In fact, if you take a look at the standings right now, in fact, before the standings we go, we should take a look at the map video, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, let's take a look at the map video first.
Overpass. A mix of vertical and classical designs makes this map one of the favorites of many professional teams. The team that controls the connector usually comes out with the win.
All right. So as the map video has made clear and articulated what I was talking about before,
Yeah.
The connector plays a very, very important role here when it comes to the rotations here. It's literally a vertical rotation. You can, like, the bomb site B is right underneath bomb site A here. So rotations, like I said, can't be in half mind about where I want to go.
True.
You have to be very focused about your objective and take that bomb site swiftly.
Yeah.
In fact, if we get the standings now that we have everything in order, people know about the map and everything, this makes so much more sense now. Intencity Pune 5 in the 9th spot here. They could
They could tie up with Slaughter Rage Army and Portal
They could. The round difference,
yeah.
the round difference would totally go off in their
They
favor.
really need to win this game for themselves.
With a good amount of rounds on under the belt. Whereas VAC Band has absolutely zero hope of like getting out of this zone. They are, so the only way I see this game happening is two ways. Either A, it's going to be an Intencity Pune 5 game where they are going to absolutely win with flying colors.
Yeah.
B, it's going to be an Intencity Pune 5 game where they win, but not with flying colors. But, Angie, there's going to be a third combination to this. VAC Band decides, you know what, if I'm dying, I'll take you down with me.
Yeah, it's...
if they do that, really then it's like how the fox said the grapes are sour. The same case, the grapes are sour. So you come with me, bro. Let's chill here in the Challenger series. That is going to be very hurtful here. That's going to be
but
very
I
hurtful.
think Intencity is going to take this one very, very seriously and fight this out till the very end. I hope that they can take this game for themselves and at least tie up with the top two teams, which is Portal and Slaughter Rage Army, and get themselves out of that Challenger League zone. Meanwhile, Whackman, I mean, they had a lot of chances over and over again. And I don't think they should take somebody down with them.
Yeah. They need to finish this game with a good amount of round difference. That should be the aim of the game. They know their priorities are set if they don't want to be relegated. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's not their fault. It's not as if Team War, VAC Band, EAT or Intencity Pune 5 came with the idea, hey, you know what, we're in the Masters League, we know we're going to get relegated. I mean, every single thing works on a two-construct level. Either A, it's your doing or somebody's done it to you.
Correct.
More than half the time, it's like somebody else did it to you in the Masters League because, like I said, it's a shark tank.
True.
Either you school up like a bunch of piranhas, eat the shark, or you'll be gulped up. But then again, even if you get gulped up, you can, like, burst out from inside and do that gory stuff.
In promotion relegation, you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, but then there's no match in promotion relegation, right? I mean, that would have been... That would have made so much sense, burst from the inside of sharks like of piranhas. That's graphic and that's violence. We do not promote violence. We do not promote gore. But what we are going to promote right now is the fact that you are watching the ESL India Premiership. And this is going to be some hell of a Counter-Strike game.
Hello, Fed. Gola, you might have to go to... Thank you, Vagish and Zera. It is time for Intencity Pune 5 to take on VAC Band. This is going to be the final live game of the Masters League summer season. I'm Adi, and joining me is Fed. Intencity Pune 5 really need to win this game if they want to stay in the Masters division. And Fed, are you here?
Yeah, I'm right here, dude. I think my internet just conked out. It's raining like crazy in Bangalore today, and that does not make for a happy internet. But
I was a bit concerned. I thought you had disappeared. But yeah, I mean, Intencity Pune 5, they won the knife round, by the way, and we are finally live. VACBAN had a couple of internet issues. But yeah, please take over, Fed.
Yeah, well, it is going to be a B hit, run off a par for the course now, and Mavis, he's going to just let his teammate die and then follow close. soon after. But Caramel, oh my god, this man has been such a revelation. Now it's all down to him in a 1v4. Can he ace clutch this? Already gotten. He's getting a second kill, but this looks a tall order even for the legendary Caramel. He's aware of a flank, maybe possibly. Oh, what a shot from the guy. His awareness levels are absolutely insane. Doesn't have a kit though. Spots one out. We'll have to run over to retrieve it. And now it is a 1v2. He got it down, but that's all he'll be able to manage. Spawn shoots him in the side of the skull. And that's the first round going Vakban's way.
Yeah, so this overpass pickup, right, by Intencity Pune 5, they had the option towards the end of that veto. They had cash or overpass to choose from. And they went for overpass. And I think it's very, very suspect because Vakban, they've taken Entity to overtime in this map, and Entity is no slouch at overpass. Of course, Entity did win that 19-17, but still, I mean, why would you pick a map where where a much better team has been taken, like stretched to the limit by Vakband? So I think that's a little bit of a mistake by Intencity Pune 5, but maybe they have something left up their sleeve. RSN taken down by Freakle at the connector position. And Caramel is going to be taken down at square by Jimmy as well. He did get a little bit of damage onto Rani Kaka earlier. But never give up now. He's going to get two of his own. Spawn and Jimmy are down. And he's going to get traded out by Rani Kaka. And it is a 2v3 retake of the A-bomb side.
I mean, the call for the rotation was a slow one in my opinion. Mavis just about making his way. And free kill now. He's got the flank. But the thing is, I feel that Pune should just be saving for exits. But free kill will find Reaper. That's going to leave Mavis alone. Which means, yeah, he should just save their armor, smoke, and the CZ. And maybe try and pick up a couple of exits or even one if it presents itself. Because right now, all three players on Vakban do have rifles on them. So even for them, the call should be to save all three rifles. And as you can see, Chris, they're just beating a hasty retreat. No one's really interested in going for the hunt, but free kill might just happen upon Mavis. Let's see. Nope. Looks like Mavis is going to be allowed to save their armor and that CZ. And the three rifles on Vakban shall be carried on as well.
Yeah, 2-0 start for Vakban. It's a strong start on the T side for them. And remember, there's a lot at stake for Intencity Pune 5. They need to win this game if they want to stay in the Masters League in the fall season. Vakban, they're already out. They're down at the 11th position. And even if they win this, they're not really going to survive. They're still going down to the Challengers League in this Challengers Series, that is. And it is a fast B play now coming in by Vakban. It is an eco round, so it should be pretty straightforward. Chris and Jimmy, they're going to get the first two frags. Freakle is going to whiff everything and die to a USP. But Chris is there for another frag. Jimmy, he's going to run out of ammo at the worst possible moment. That gives Reaper a second frag, but he's going to be put down by Spawn. A little bit of an expensive round coming in, but an AK has been recovered. All three rifles staying alive, so it's not that bad for Vakban. 3-0 start, and now Intencity Pune 5. They can go in for the buy. They're not going to have that op onto Caramel, though. And that's going to be a massive issue on a map like Overpass because the CTs, they need that early aggression towards Birthday, towards Monster or something, or even Connector. They need to get an opening frag.
They need to get an opening frag, and more importantly, they need to have some map control because by the looks of it, Vakband are playing a default towards the B bomb site because the bomb is headed towards canals right now. And okay, the boost comes in and instantly the man advantage swinging in favor of Intencity Pune 5. And I think that may just change the plans for Vakband because by the looks of it, they were going for some aggression towards, well, mid and map control, but that has been foiled. Two-man advantage, but RSN is left internally bleeding. He's down to 10 HP and they're going to fall back and just play the bomb sites. They don't really need to aggress now. They do have a two-man advantage, so they can just rest on their laurels and wait for the eventual hit to come. And wow, the four-man swing towards the B-bomb side. There we go. Finally, some semblance of sense being restored.
Yep, Caramel getting the first frag, getting a second, by the way, for his team with the long aggression. But Chris, he's going to sneak in from the A-long himself. And he's going to pick up Never Give Up. And RSN now, he's in a terrible position. And he's been taken down by Chris as well. It's back to a 3v3. The man advantages, they didn't matter at all. Chris, he's probably going to pick up Caramel as well, and indeed he does. He's just lurked into the A bomb site all alone, undetected, and he's completely swung the round in the favor of Vakban. The bomb is down now. Mavis and Reaper, they need to retake this round 2-on-3. And Chris, he's just going absolutely ham. That's 4 for the man, and Reaper doesn't want anything to do with this. He's just gonna go to the T-spawn and try to save his rifle.
See, this is why sometimes I'm at a loss for words, because how on God's green earth was Chris allowed to just walk into A-long? You have 5 players alive. Why is nobody marking A-long? Like, that is just a fail of epic proportions coming out from Intencity Pune 5, but credit where credit is due. Chris hitting some absolutely nutty shots. Not only that, he is also the in-game leader for Vakban, by the way, for those of you who don't know. And for an IGL to take the onus upon himself to actually, swing the round back in their favor, something rather Glaive-esque in my opinion. There's something very beautiful about that previous round with what Chris did. Yes, it essentially was born out of a tremendous mistake made by Intencity Pune 5, but like I said, credit where credit is due. Chris, that was a fantastic play.
A super generous Molotov to start off the round. The B shot Molotov has failed, but free kill doesn't matter. He's just going to barrel his way into A shot. He's going to spot out a couple of players, but unfortunately for him, they're not going to be handing the frags to him so easily as they did in the previous round. And it has slowed down. They do have B shot control. They have connector control. But of course, it is a B stack. And the sole AK is over at the A position. I don't really like this setup. I think the AK, it's better if that AK is with the bulk of the players. Why not just stack 5 players towards the B bomb side? But Vakban, it does look like after all that map control, they're going to go for the A bomb site. And Intencity Pune 5, they've not adjusted to that. They're still putting all their eggs into the B bomb site, into the B basket, so to speak. But RSN, he's rotated over to the A bomb site. He's going to try to... But Reaper, he's at a one-and-done position with the AK. It's,
this is also a position that is quite commonly Molotov, but Reaper needs to be careful. He's going to get checked, gets one, somehow managing to get a second. But RSN, he was in a very good position. He could have actually helped trade Reaper out, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. And now players are stuck behind a smoke. Free kill, he needs to be careful. He's just going to open that spray up and try and get something done. Nope, he will not be able to do so. But it doesn't matter because Spawn is just going to line them up like bowling pins. But, well, they're all going down one by one. This is not looking good. There's no kit, though. So the defuse will have to be stuck. And Never Give Up does tap the bomb, gets stuck out in the open. He's on his way out of there. 2 AKs have been recovered. And I think this is the right call. They know that there's no way in hell are they going to stick that defuse. So might as well try and save both these AKs. And Vakban, they want to shore up their economy. Oh my god. Way to put your foot in your mouth, Mr. Caster. Way to put your foot in your mouth.
Ranekaka picking up Never Give Up there. He had armor and a smoke as well, by the way. So that's a massive investment lost other than the AK as well. But yeah, I mean... Vakban, they're looking strong in the start of this game, but Caramel is going to pick up the op finally in this round, and it's a good buy. It's a proper buy coming in. All the utility that Intencity Pune 5 could want, but I don't know, the Masters slot seems to be slipping away from them right as we speak. I mean, it's just Vakban being so very good, but it is the B fast play coming in. Reaper, he's going to pick up Chris through the smoke. He's going to be traded out by free kill, but in turn, Mavis is there for the trade, but Spawn is just trades galore, but Never Give Up. He's going to get 2 for himself, and Ranekaka, he's alone in the bomb site now. He will pick up Never Give Up, but he's on 6 points of health, and it's a 1v2 against Caramel and RSN, and unfortunately for him, I think it's a tall order for him to continue this freight train that has been Vakban.
I mean, okay. Ranekaka does hear out Caramel, but Caramel will pull out the secondary and take Ranekaka out of the round. But the thing is, I think Vakban may have I don't know what reason they would have had to miscalculate that. A full-on B rush and contact play against a fully bought opposition with all the utility under the sun, I don't think that's the right, decision. But that's me. That's just me. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think that's the right play. A slower round, drawing out some utility, getting some map control, in my opinion, would have been the better play from Vakban that previous round. But it does look like Never Give Up is going to go for some aggro B-shot control. But the rest of the team is headed towards Playground. Caramel is holding that angle, but that flashbang is going to force him off of it. Caramel, they know the danger that this guy possesses, which is why they're being oh so cautious, flashing the common angles, Playground, restrooms, A-long, just making sure that they don't get picked off by this monstrous op that Caramel wields time and time again. And just look at that. The way that Vakban is setting up this map control is pristine to watch. And RSN is going to mistime that jump, but it looks like they're going to have a peek behind. Nope, they're not. And be careful, RSN. It's going to get taken down. But Caramel, like I said, that AWP is just such a devastating weapon that this guy wields. The zoom banger, as they call it. And for good reason. Chris is just marking the backstab. But it doesn't look like anything is gonna come from behind just as of now. We do have the solo B defender in Reaper still holding strong, not really budging. He's like, his team's like, all right, Caramel's on A, he's got it. Reaper stay B. And we do see Caramel rotating. He just has some insanely good reads on the game. There is a flashbang or two left, but Reaper is just gonna lay down the spray down. That's gonna leave Chris all alone. And Caramel with the AWP from heaven is gonna put Chris on a one-way ride straight to heaven.
Or hell.
Or hell, wherever.
Or hell. It does depend where he's gonna end up, but that's not according to our religion anyway. But either way, it is a second round for Intencity, Pune 5 and Vakban. They're gonna force buy into this. 3 AKs, a Scout, and a CZ. And it's not a bad force, it's not a bad decision because Intencity Pune 5's money isn't that great. If Vakban does pick this up, Intencity Pune 5 will have to eco. But Caramel, he's gonna miss a shot that's uncharacteristic of him. But yeah, I mean, I do like Intencity Pune 5's play, by the way. We were talking earlier before this game started, right? And you were like, we're going to see some bastardization of the map, but that's not happening. They're playing the correct way. But Caramel, he's going to get caught out by that scout on free kill. But RSN is good for 1, but Chris is there for the trade. And it's a 4v3, and Vakban, they're going to pick up the pace. They're hurtling towards the A bomb site, where it's just Mavis waiting for them. Mavis, he's going to try to get the bomb planter, but Chris is there for the perfect cover. Bomb's been planted. 2v4, I beg your pardon, and Never Give Up in Reaper. They may just have to bow out of this round.
I'm just gonna say this. That was so, like, astronomically stupid from Caramel, what he was trying to do there. Like, I get it. You want to hold that off angle on top of flower bed, but why when you know that players are gonna be pushing you, and if you know that you're not gonna be able to make that jump in a very, you know, clutch moment for your team as well, why do it? Why?
Also, you also know that one player's already crossed to A-long, right?
Exactly.
Because you missed a shot. So, I mean, well, at least, you know, crossed over to the playground. So, yeah, that is a massive misplay. And that's cost his team the round. And it's cost them their entire bank as well. Of course, Caramel can still buy, and maybe Never Give Up can drop over a FAMAS as well. But it's going to be a stretched buy. And it's been so difficult for them to win out the previous 2 rounds as well, and yeah, it does look like they're gonna go in for an eco. And Never Give Up and Reaper, they need to save in this round, or they need to you know, play together and hope that they can shut down Vakban alone. And well, knowing Intencity Pune 5, they're gonna split the rifles, aren't they? They're not gonna play them together.
They're not. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Like, we've seen them do this so many times on Inferno. But, I mean, I hope they realize that Overpass is a map where stacking a bomb site is a very viable option. And no, they're gonna, yeah, you were right. They're gonna split them up. Nope.
No, they haven't.
No, fine, they're together. Wow.
Finally,
they're gonna
for a
go
change.
for some aggro control. That is also a good play. But Reaper, he's starting to feel the heat.
That Molotov actually missed, and
yeah,
that was so weird. But yeah, anyways, it is the A-long play coming in by Vakban. They're expecting an eco this round, and it's not a bad nothing to expect. And it is just the 3 echoing players at the A bomb side as of now. But the AKs, well, they have split up now. Never Give Up has rotated towards the A bomb site while Reaper, I really think he should rotate to the A bomb site right now. He's just really slow with his rotation. Never Give Up again in the one and done position, but Caramel, he's gonna get 2 1-digs. Spawn and Free Kill taken out of the round, and Caramel, well, Mavis is in there for the frag onto Chris as well, and out of nowhere, Intencity Pune 5 might just be picking up this round. Never Give Up, he's gonna pick up Jimmy as well, and that leaves Rani Kaka in a 1v3 situation. Heroics by Caramel saving Intencity Pune 5 this round, but why are they giving him 1v1 peaks? And finally, Never Give Up does put Narani Kaka out of his misery. He's going to recover the AK, the AWP as well, but unfortunately Caramel couldn't recover a rifle, but he is going to get that op dropped to him. So no harm, no foul, and Vakban with a massive misplay. Well, it's not really a misplay, but it's just Caramel.
I mean, yeah, what can you do when you have this guy wielding a cannon at Optimus, just nailing heads to the wall, left, right, and center? That was glorious, actually. Like, it was just all tripwire shots, by the way, Adi. Like, they walked into his crosshair and boom, headshot. Boom, headshot. And there we go. Yet another uncharacteristic miss from Caramel. Hopefully this time he isn't caught with his pants down trying to jump on top of Flowbed. But I like this aggression from RS, and he's relaying a lot of information for his team, which is allowing Caramel not to focus on mid and solely on connector. You know? And the fact that there's 3 players over towards B actually makes it a much better, like, will keep them on their toes and keep them more alert.
Never Give Up. He's going to leave the angle at the worst possible moment. They're going to come barreling out of the connector pretty soon. Mavis is aggressive towards the sewers, but it may not matter if he's overrun by terrorists. Never Give Up though. He seems to know what's up. I think Mavis is like, Bhai, kaha ja raha hai tu? Please come back.
I swear, Mavis is like, yaar, bhai ko chhod dega. And Mavis is like, Mavis like, bhai, aa raha hu, bhai. And there we go.
Never Give Up. He's going to fall off the angle. He's going to be taken down very low. And Chris, he's going to get the opening frag for the round onto Mavis. But Chris and Spawn are sitting so low. But Reaper and Never Give Up are bleeding out as well. A very, very slow round coming in by Vakban. And that's a super general Molotov and a half.
Oh, that nade, if it only had been towards Monster, 2 players could have been taken down almost instantaneously. Never Give Up, though, will find Spawn. But, oh, Reaper tags him through the wall. Chris and Free Kill so very low. RSN finds Chris. RSN finds yet another on the backstab. This man has done more than what he was supposed to do. In the meantime, Rane Kaka and Jimmy both are playing towards B short. The flashbang is going to catch them right in the face. But now it's just going to come down to Caramel. And he's going to stick it. He's going to stick it. And he will go down in the end. But he does get the round as well. And that's 4 rounds to Intencity Pune 5. Vakban sitting on 6. The money situation on Intencity Pune 5 is not looking good. Not that it really matters, because Vakban themselves aren't really all that flush. At the most, they can go for an armor pistol to, you know, support that AWP. But that's about it. I would have liked to see someone from Intencity Pune 5 actually have a better read on the economy and pick up an SMG or 2, just so that they can bolster up that bank that, you know, is now pretty depleted on the CT side.
Yep, that was a force by Vakban in the previous round, and finally it didn't work out for them, unfortunately. But it is a faster round now through the connector. Caramel's going to spot out one. He's going to leg the other. And Jimmy's been taken down to 2 points of health as well elsewhere on the map. And Caramel, though, he's going to be overrun by Spawn. 16 points of health, doesn't matter. But the nade, oh, it's just absolutely terrible, that nade. RSN and Never Give Up, though, they're in for the replies. Never Give Up is also aware that someone has sneaked their way into the A-bomb site. It's Jimmy versus RSN. RSN. He does peek out wider after his teammate, but oh, free kill. He's going to take down Mavis, but the trade is in there by Never Give Up, and RSN, he's going to pick up Jimmy as well. That leaves Spawn on 7 points of health, but he does have the AWP to work with. And this is a very, very expensive round for Intencity Pune 5. Ooh. If that shot hit, I would have been like, Spawn is God, but Spawn is not God. Spawn is dead. Never Give Up puts him out of his misery. It's 5-6 now in the favor of Vakban still. But Intencity Pune 5, slowly but surely, they're getting back into this game.
Yeah, but the thing is, because their economy is teetering on the edge of bankruptcy, one round here or there, and Vakban could literally run away with the half, because if they win this round, they have a very good chance of resetting Intensity Pune 5. I mean, they will be hard resetting 3 players, and well, it'll force Reaper and RSN to at least 1 eco, and they have a very good chance of making it a 7 or 8 round half on the T side on Overpass. And we all know Overpass is a predominantly CT sided map. Such fast rotation, so many avenues for aggression, mid-round aggression, map control that is offered to the CTs if they use their utility properly and, you know, play the rounds properly. That's a very crucial point, though, playing them properly, which we don't really see that often. But Vakban, if they're sure in their CT side, which I'm confident that they are, because like you mentioned towards the beginning there, they did take Entity to overtime, who themselves aren't any slouches on this map. It's gonna become a little bit hairy.
Yes, I do agree. And Vakban, they've gone for the buy, and it does look like it's going to be a fast B play. But Caramel is going to get the first frag onto Chris. He's going to take him down, and the trade is in, though. Jimmy picks up Reaper. No need to play aggressive there after your teammates already given you the first frag. It's just anyway, I'm just gonna gloss over that fact. It is 4v4. And Vakban, they do have a lot of map control at the B short area, but there is a third player cheating over to the B bomb side. But that boost, Spawn's gonna pick up Never Give Up, who was himself sitting at a very weird angle. Caramel spots out a player. He's gonna miss another shot. It's just uncharacteristic of him today. He's missing shots that he normally never would. And Spawn, he's gonna get caught looking the wrong way. Mavis is in. And this retake is possible now. It is 3v2 Jimmy. He's going to rattle off a few shots through the smoke. In fact, he's going to pick up RSN through the smoke. But Mavis, he's picked up free kill. And the bomb is being defused. And Mavis is going to pick up Jimmy through the smoke as well. And again, Intensity Pune 5, by the skin of their teeth, win a round. But only 2 players alive. That means that their economy is going to be... It's going to be absolutely stretched.
Stretched it will be indeed. In fact, this force buy that's coming out from Vakban makes a lot of sense. And I would say that Vakban have had a much better pulse on Intensity's economy than vice versa. And knowing... Wait, I saw a Galil there and now I see 5 AKs. Was there a misbuy at some point?
I will definitely check that out for you. Nope. I don't see a Galil T-spawn. But anyway, Caramel does get the first frag, but he is instantly put down by Jimmy. And Ranikaka's got a frag of his own as well. Never Give Up in the long range will pick up Chris as well. And that nade, ooh, it's just going to tickle Rane, but it's not going to do enough. He's down to 4 points of health. And it is a 3v2 now. And the fast play by Vakban over at the A-bomb side, not working out. Never Give Up. He's a bit hesitant. He thinks somebody's going to come in from the A long position, but it isn't the case. Both the players are coming in from A short, and Ranikaka is going to pick up Never Give Up in the side. He's going to shoot him in the side anyway. He's sneaked into the A bomb side, but this is still a very doable retake for Intensity Pune 5 because Ranikaka is sitting at 4 points of health, but both of the players, they're going to be coming in from CT spawn. But Jimmy, he's a bit paranoid. Could be picked up in the back, but Ranikaka, he's gonna get taken down by Mavis. He's gonna look away at the worst possible moment. Jimmy, though, can he pull out this 1v2? And yes is the answer. Reaper and Mavis taken down, and that's Intensity Pune 5's economy completely dumpstered. The force by working for Vakban, and 7-6.
I mean, again, see, basic mistakes. It's planted for bank. Why are both the players jumping out one after the other, looking towards restrooms and A short?
Don't ask me, Fed. I'm so glad I don't have to analyze while I'm casting.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't help it, right? Again, elementary mistakes costing you rounds is never a good thing. And there we go, Never Give Up. Does give up. Free kill is... Wow, okay, free kill falls to Mavis.
Why would he buy a Deagle instead of a Mac 10? And it's even trades, well, almost, but Vakban does have the advantage. 3v2 now, and RSN and Caramel, they have a Deagle and a P250 to work with, and a kit. it's not looking good for them unless they walk into Caramel's process.
Yeah, I mean, Caramel is definitely the player that has stood out. He's even aced around. I don't know how we missed that. Apparently, he has one ace under his belt. But like as many rounds as Caramel, as many rounds that Caramel has actually won them, he also ended up costing them a couple as well. And RSN, oh, does get a lot of damage into Jimmy, but that P250 at long range is not a weapon you'd like to have. And wow, okay, when he needed it, Caramel, his aim failed him. But now he has closed the distance, spots out Jimmy's shoulders, gets the kill. Can he do more damage is the question on everybody's mind. Caramel playing it rather passively. He does have a kit, so he can afford to waste some time. But Chris, he's hearing this for days, and he's going to walk out. And he's going to moonwalk and put Caramel 6 feet under.
Caramel doesn't have an ace, by the way. There's a reason we disable the stats panel below the name panel of the player. Because that panel is completely bugged. It says that he has 16 frags while he has 14. So
fair enough. Maybe it's a glimpse into the future.
I wish that's how Counter-Strike worked, but no, it didn't. It is the final round now. It is going to be a stretched by Intensity Pune 5. The AWP on Caramel, barely any utility to speak of, and a FAMAS onto RSN. A terrible gun, but terrible times call for desperate measures. And free kill. That's a great flash onto Caramel. He's going to get a second. That's a brilliant shot onto RSN. But never give up. He's in for 2 trades of his own. And it's back to square one. It is 3v3. And never give up. He's only got an offish angle. And he's going to dink spawn down. But he's not going to be able to take him down. His spray control failing him when it mattered the most. But Chris, he's picked up Reaper at the B bomb site. And he's going to have the information that the B bomb site is ripe for the taking. It has no defenders left.
Yeah, and that's gonna allow Vakban to at least get the bomb down and get decent post plants as well. Now Mavis, he has to wait for the support to arrive from Never Give Up, who has made his way down connector. But Jimmy is lining up the heaven smoke yet again, and he's gonna be marking Squeaky. Oh, what a shot! That was a very good shot from Jimmy. And now Mavis in a 1v3. This is looking very unlikely, but
he's gonna be shot in the back.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. And his body falls oh so unceremoniously right into the gutter.
But yeah, I mean, at this point, Vakban is basically dumpstering Intensity Pune 5 because 9 rounds on the T side, that's nothing to scoff at. Overpass is predominantly a CD-sided map, and Intensity Pune 5, they have tried to play it the correct way. I'm not going to take that away from them. But unfortunately for them, it's just heroics by Vakban has been turning the tables and, in every single round. And even when they have man advantages, it's just not working out for them. I feel terrible for them right now because Vakban is so good at this map because it's just the map pickup that comes into question, right?
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's still the CT side left to play. And I've been saying this since last year, since I started casting Indian CS, is the one general trend that I've noticed is that, and it's not just a problem endemic to India. I feel that very few teams in Asia know how to play the CT side. And I'm not saying in a particular map. I'm just saying the CT side. And we've seen it time and time again. Teams getting stretched, teams getting caught off guard, teams not really watching each other's backs or, leaking from all over the place on the CT side. So let's see if Vakban are true to their map pick, if they've actually put in some time into the map. Clearly from their T side, it shows that they have a lot of tricks up their sleeve. So hopefully it's one of the glorious CTs on Overpass that we've become used to watching. And this is going to be a rather unconventional take from Intensity Pune 5 on the T side. Pistol round, they've gone A long.
I like that because it is completely unexpected. Never Give Up is going to smoke off the bank as well, while Chris has been taken down by Mavis at the B bomb side as well. So that's a bit of a fake sold, but Freakle and Rani Kaka, they're in for a couple of frags of their own, but Caramel and Never Give Up, they're in for their own frags, and the bomb is going to go down at the A bomb site. But Jimmy, he's going to turn around and delete Caramel off the server. What was that headshot? It is a 2v2 now. Never Give Up. He's going to let Spawn walk away. But that might have been a mistake, and it is a mistake. Spawn's going to pick him up, and that leaves Mavis on death row.
On death row, indeed. And I'm sorry, it's been raining like crazy in Bangalore, and my internet has decided that it has lived long enough. You know, quite unlike Intensity Pune 5, and it quite like Intensity Pune 5 on the other hand, is just wants to roll over and die. It just keeps dying on me throughout this map. I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. But Vakban, I mean, I will commend Never Give Up for his trigger discipline there. But
it's unneeded.
Yeah.
It's a 2v2, right? You just kill him.
Exactly.
After that, it would be a 2v1. So, I mean, that's a bit of a misplay. I mean, it depends. It's the little things, right? When you make a mistake at the worst possible moment. But anyway, now, Vakban, 10 rounds. And Intensity Pune 5, they've gone in for the eco. It is the full eco, in fact. And they have got the bomb plant, so why not? And it is a much, much slower round coming in by Intensity Pune 5. And they should just bunch up and try to take a bomb site, try to do as much economic damage as possible. But instead, they're going to wait it out. They have a player. It's a default on an eco round. Are you back, Fet?
Yes, I am back. I am extremely sorry, but my internet today is just acting like a petulant child. Anyway, Freakill getting dinged down to 13. They know exactly where he is. He's going to get overrun. He needs to be very careful. Oh, okay then. At least he's good for 1 kill. But in the meantime, Rane Kaka just comes around spraying like a maniac. Sprays 2 people down. Caramel, next up on the chopping block, does have a swag 7 to his name. But can he do anything with it is the question. Chris, just be careful. Nope. Nope. Nope is the answer on both accounts. Caramel will die and so will Mavis. And that's 11 rounds on the board for Vakban. Intensity Pune 5 now will bring out the big guns, at least the armor, the AK-47, and a little smattering of utility here and there. Can they turn the tides of this game, Adi? This is a very crucial round for them.
Yep, and I was just looking at the scoreboard as well, by the way, if you can bring it up. 16 frags on Caramel, 18 on Never Give Up, and then look at the rest of them. 9, 6, and 6. Mavis, Reaper, and RSN, yeah, they really need to show up. They really need to show up because Intensity Pune 5, if they want to survive, it's now or never. And
yeah, and right now it's slightly tilted towards the never, the scales. But you know, this is Counter-Strike. Anything can happen. The entire game can turn on its head around. So let's see if Intensity Pune 5 have the gumption, have the determination to dig themselves out of this hole. Free kill spots out a player towards long. That's going to trigger the rotation or at least some action. That's a very smart move that Free kill does there. But unfortunately, he's going to get overrun by 1 player too many. Rane Kaka, on the other hand, trying to get the trade, will get so, but at a tremendous cost of his own HP. But he's doing the smart thing. He's faking towards a flank. But now he's on his way back. Reaper has the angle mark. Hawk.
Yep, but the A hit is coming in. Jimmy, he's going to be the first line of defense. He's going to get taken down by Never Give Up. Reaper's in for a frag onto Rane Kaka as well, but Spawn, he's saying no. He's trying to shut the door on the faces of Intensity Pune 5. Can he pick up Caramel as well? In fact, he's going to pick up Reaper, and that's 3 for the man. Make that 4. Spawn, you god. Caramel is going to go down as well, and that was completely a hero play and a half.
Next time I meet Spawn, I will have to beg him to sign my chest. What a manly hold. What a glorious hold. Just juking left and right, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, and just carrying his team to 12 rounds. Right there. That was possibly the play of the game in my opinion.
Yep, that might just have... well, the death knells may be ringing for Intensity Pune 5. Chris, though, well, he's going to miss a shot. He's going to fall back. Free kill. He's going to be shot in the back. And even Chris is taken down. And that's a man advantage for Intensity Pune 5 on a complete eco. Spawn is going to be dinged down to 31 points of health as well. Things are looking bad for Vakban in this round.
I hate my internet, Adi. I hate my internet.
Well, I hate Bangalore as well, so... But the Molotov is going to come in. Mavis, that's 2 Molotovs wasted at the same position. RSN and Never Give Up, though. They're trying to shut the doors on the retake. Jimmy is left in a 1v3. Make that a 1v2 after he picked up a frag for himself. And RSN, he's going to clip him through the walls, and Reaper is going to finish off the job. A full eco won by Intensity Pune 5 on the back of a massive misplay by Chris and Freakill, not realizing what the economy of Intensity Pune 5 was like.
Yeah, and like I said, right, this is Counter-Strike, and that's how fast the tides can turn. Look at the economy on Vakban. They're staring at a double eco now, and that allows Intensity Pune 5 a slight window of opportunity back into this game. Will they be able to grab it? Well, that remains to be seen, but Intensity Pune 5, for all intents and purposes right now, should have some wind back in their sails and should be looking to capitalize on that mistake from the previous round. Chris, he's blind, he's dabbing, he's falling back and fragging at the same time. Why would Reaper go in there without any trade potential?
Well, the pop flash was good, but it wasn't good enough. And Chris, he's not going to be able to recover the AK though. Trying. Oh no, he's not trying. Never mind. I think it's lost, but the boost comes in. He's going to realize that it's completely clear, but that CZ is so OP that he just wants to use that.
I mean, why wouldn't you? But Spawn, I mean, he went God mode with the M4, but right now he just has, well, the USP. And against an AK-47, you might as well be chucking rotten apples at your opposition for all the good that it'll do. Nice little PUBG reference for those of you who don't know.
Spawn will get taken down by RS, and it's a very slow round coming in by Intensity Pune 5. They're just trying to shore up everything, and Ranikaka, he's gonna peek out and pick up Caramel, attacking the monster position solo, but Mavis, he's there for the trade, and Freakill now trying to go undetected. He's gonna wait for the bomb plant. He's gonna show his hand too early. He's gonna run out of bullets. Never give up in Mavis. They're in for the kills, and that leaves Jimmy on 19 points of health in a 1v3 and no chance in hell.
Someone just suffered from a little case of premature evacuation there in the case of Mavis, but Jimmy, he's good for one frag, but can he find two more? That nade, it's gonna force him off the angle, but it is looking like a little bit of an impossibility. Jimmy should just try and secure an AK or something and try.
There is an AK behind him.
I think some of the stray nades may have blown it off, and never give up. He's gonna get spotted soon, but easy. Not the most accurate of weapons in the longer ranges, but there we go. Intensity Pune 5 putting 8 on the board, and that means, well, now Vakban have a decision to make. Do they go for the force buy because they can force it up, or do they just stick with the pistols, try and chip? They're going for the armor pistol. All right, not a bad decision. Not a bad decision given their economy right now, and seeing how Intensity Pune 5 are vulnerable to these force buys, because they've lost so many rounds to just armor pistols throughout this Master Series. You know, you can never count out such a buy when it comes to, playing against Intensity Pune 5.
Yes, you can never count them out, but it is another slow default coming in by Intensity Pune 5. And they have expected the buy, I think, in this round, considering how they're approaching this round. There's one towards the connector, one holding the B flank who's fallen off now, and they have birthday control. Freakill though, he's holding so patiently. He's going to be flashed off his angle though. He's going to try to peek out. He's going to spot out RSN, but he can't land the shot. The jump shot not working out either. Spawn's going to pick up another one onto Reaper though, but he's going to be traded out by Mavis, and RSN's going to pick up Freakill as well. The man advantage in Intensity Pune 5's favor, and the A bomb site has no defenders.
It is bereft of all beings, and Rane Kaka just about now making his way towards playground, realizing to his, well, I don't know what he's realizing right now, because he's like, there's nobody here. Whom do I kill? But I think he may have been heard out by Caramel. Caramel holding that angle like a hawk, protecting that AWP like it were his own child.
I do like this by Vakban though. I think they're going in for the save.
Yeah.
They've invested into the armor, right? So that was about 650, well, 650 and maybe 1,000 on Chris being saved. And it makes sense.
Yeah, makes complete sense. Like, there's no point trying to retake the A bomb site against 4 heavily armed opponents. Might as well, yeah, go for the save. Try and pick up some exits. Oh, Rane Kaka
He's going to get taken down, isn't he? Yes, he is. Jimmy is good for one, but he's going to be traded out as well. And all of them die. Just when you... Ah, God damn it.
Exactly. God damn it.
Just when you praise them for their decision making, they go and do that. In the words of Henry G. Why have they gone and done that?
Well, just Indian CSGO things. It's something I, repeat like a mantra while going to sleep. And I have nightmares some days of the games that I have cast. So I just say, just CSGO things. It's okay. It happens. We live.
But yes, the buy has come in by Wackban now. After that double eco, they're good for a double op setup. But Reaper is not going to care. He's going to take down Rane Kaka. And that's the man advantage again for Intencity Pune 5 on the back of some B-shot control. And Wackban, they're way too passive for my liking. Caramel's going to miss a shot. And Chris is there for the frag. And Spawn's going to get another one as well. But RSN, he's traded out Chris. It is down to a 3v3 Wackban. Somehow, they've equalized the man disadvantage.
I mean, there was no reason to go for that repeat there by Chris. No reason. Fall back. You have backup. What good will it do?
Yep, free kill. He's going to hear out the footsteps that RSN has made. If he peeks out right now, he's going to get 3 players holding utility. And I just hope he does that. But instead, he's going to shoot RSN in the side of the head. In fact, he's good for 2. Never give up. Finally going to put him down. But it is a 1v2 now. Spawn and Jimmy. There's only one player in. But what? Never give up. He goes for the bomb plant directly. And Spawn's going to say thank you very much.
Yeah, but on the flip side, they invested so heavily into that previous round. They lost 3 players. Now, they're staring down. They're standing on the precipice looking down at the abyss known as, well, hard reset. If, this round doesn't go their way. Very light on utility. They have a FAMAS on Chris. Intencity Pune 5 will have the marginally better buy, in my opinion, just because it's 5 AKs. And, on the other side, it's a FAMAS.
Yes, I do agree, but the AWP is in the hands of Spawn, and he has been a god this game. He's been the rock that his team needs, but of course, their Wackband is just playing for, well, pride. Yeah. That's about it. But Intencity Pune 5, they have 5 AKs, and it's again the same default. Reaper towards B short. They have Mavis getting connector control, and the 3 players, RSN, Never Give Up, and Caramel, going for some A aggression. And Wackban, on the other hand, they're just too passive. Yet again.
I mean, this is what triggers me, right? This kind of overpass CT play. You're literally allowing the T's to do whatever the hell they want on, with the entire map. You have no information. You can get easily faked out. You can get picked apart. Because you're peeking one by one. If they're playing their trade game properly, you're going to leak and you're going to not have a good time. Although, yes, you can argue that Rane Kaka is in a quote-unquote aggressive position, but what information is he gathering? What impact is he having in the overall way that this round's going to play out? But as I say that, Reaper just runs YOLO into the B bomb site saying, Maro mujhe, bell mujhe mar. And, well, Jimmy's just like, okay. There we go. Again, trades for days. Spawn with the AWP. He's ready. He spotted out Caramel. And he's going to put Caramel in his grave. 6 feet under. Mavis, the last player left alive, jumping like a bunny rabbit on crack. And there he go. He's going to get put down. And that's 14 on the board for Wackband.
Yes, it is. And that's the money on Intencity Pune 5. Absolutely gone. It's gone, Fet. It's gone. And they have to buy.
Yeah, they have to. They don't have a choice. It's that, well, time of the game. You have dug yourself into a hole too deep for yourself to claw out of, and you're going to have to make a makeshift ladder out of the corpses of your fallen comrades. That is very dark. What is wrong with me?
But anyway, it is a little more aggressive now coming in from Wackband. Freakle has some sort of information, but as soon as he's heard one player, he's like, I'm out, fam. I'm out. And again, it is way too defensive for my liking. Rane is slightly aggressive, but he's just playing the one-way smoke. Playing the edge of the smoke, rather. It is not a one-way. And connector control has been gained by Intensity Pune 5. Free kill at an off-ish angle. Is he going to be checked by Reaper? That is the question. Team Flash coming in. And Reaper, he's going to... Wow.
Sorry.
That CZ is gonna win out against the AK. Free kill is going to be taken down. Man advantage for Intensity Pune 5. And make that a 2-man advantage. Never give up. He just knows Chris has been taken down to 19 points of health as well. He's going to be traded out instantaneously. And there you go. 4v2, Spawn and Rane, they're just going to save. And this is what happens when you have absolutely no map control.
Also, free kill. I mean, yeah, free kill, wow. But why are you playing a one and done spot when you know your opponents are going to bunch up and hit you?
They all like these one and done spots, right? On the little dustbin outside WC, at the next to the truck, at the bench where Freakle was playing. They love these spots, don't they? I don't understand it.
Why don't they just watch Spawn play the A site and see what proper cover can do for you? I mean, just watch it. It's useful. I don't know what RSN's doing. Like, he had the op, he throws it away. No, he had an AK, throws it away, goes very close to the bomb. I'm confused. Adi,
I think he wanted to pick up a second gun from the site, but unfortunately for him, it was down at the truck position and he didn't realize that. He went the wrong side. It's just a little bit of panic things, right? Because they are under pressure right now. They are 14-10 down and they are fighting for survival. It is the force buy though from Wakban coming in. A FAMAS, a Swag 7, a CZ, an AWP, and a rifle in the hands of Jimmy. Fast B shot control though by Intensity Pune 5. Sorry, go ahead.
Wakban don't really need to go for this force, to be honest. They could have actually ecoed and gone for a proper buy next round. But hey, what do I know, right? I'm just a caster.
Yep, just like the chat would say, what do you know?
Precisely.
But unfortunately for the chat, I do know better. And I do agree, if I was Wakban, I would have gone for the eco and put Spawn and Jimmy onto one bomb site and hope that Intensity Pune 5 walks into that bomb site. But instead, Chris is going to be the first man to fall. And they might just want to save in this round, starting now. I like that. That's a little Ranikaka being a bro there. Dropping the Swag 7 towards Freakle. And why was the Swag 7 boosted up, by the way?
Just don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. Just don't, Adi. Like,
I mean, the CZ would do better from that boost position, but Intensity Pune 5, now that they've got the man advantage and they have B-shot control, they even have WC control to an extent. Well, at least they have square control and A-long control. They have everything. But Mavis, he's going to walk out through the smoke and die to Freakle. And he's going to hand him an AK as well. But it is the A hit coming in by Intensity Pune 5. The fake not working out. Spawn is aware. He's going to spot out Reaper as well. He's going to clip him through the wall. He's going to get Molotov off. What is even happening? Wow.
He's going to get shot by his teammates. And then they're going to call for the save. Okay. Okay.
Assuming they keep all these 4 guns alive, it's going to work out for them. And yeah, that's a good call to make, by the way. The bomb is down, but little do they know how low Reaper is. And Caramel, he's on the hunt, but he's going to be found out by Spawn. Spawn is just putting in the work for his team right now.
Yeah, and if they manage to save all 4 guns, I'd say they do have a chance of winning the next round because Freakle can drop an M4 over towards Chris.
Let's see if he's a bro. Let's see, does he drop an M4 or a FAMAS? Yes, he is a bro.
He is a bro.
He's gonna drop over the M4 to Chris. He's gonna be low on utility though. Maybe a smoke grenade and a flashbang is all he can buy. And but yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. At least he drops over the M4, not the FAMAS. It is a full buy. They do have a lot of utility though. It's not too low. So they'll be okay with this buy. But on the Intensity Pune 5 side, they have a full buy. And again, Wakban, at least they go for the boost. Can somebody please shoot out the glass?
I know. It triggers me a lot. But look, on the flip side, right? Remember what I told you about the CT side and the T side and how teams really don't know how to play the CT side? this is just, proving to be one of those games, it seems. Mavis, he's going to have to be careful. Spawn is holding the angle. Another team flash coming in. And Spawn, he's going to miss that. Does tag Caramel down significantly low, but that's going to put Free Kill in the line of fire, and he needs to be careful. He's been getting caught off guard in these positions time and time again. And that's not going to make him happy.
Yep, but Wackband do have 3 players towards the A bomb site. Spawn is watching the A long position, but that is going to be smoked off. It is a fake though, and Rani Kaka, he's going to call it in momentarily, but Mavis, he's going to rip his head off, and that leaves just Jimmy on the B bomb site as of now. The rotation is coming in. Chris and Spawn both. The Intensity Pune 5 attack, it's too slow, but doesn't matter. Never give up. He's going to pick up Jimmy, but Spawn, he's good for 1 frag. Chris is going to get the other on to Never Give Up as well. In fact, he's going to get a second for himself before he burns alive. Caramel, he's at 1 point of health.
Bomb is yet to make its way in though, but double ops, oh, Free Kill. The op duel, this time Spawn does fall a tad bit short, but Free Kill, I don't think he's been spotted. He can get that first kill, and he does. And he knows where the other player is. Caramel would have seen Caramel cross over. Should just be playing for the kill right now. Caramel doesn't need to peek. He can just play the bomb. Is planted for him. Doesn't have a Molotov, but doesn't really need one. But Free Kill, he's going to make a lot of noise. Caramel hears this for days. But that's a good bait play. That's a very good bait play coming out. Oh, Free Kill realizing that he doesn't have time, allowing Caramel to... There's no time. There's no time.
What? And then he just ran straight into Caramel.
Yeah, I think
What
he just
in the
gave
hell?
up.
Wait, at least go to save the AK. Hello?
Hi.
What the heck?
Hi. Yeah.
He could have made it to bank. He would have...
He may have had a lag spike, because Free Kill was one of the players who was having severe connectivity issues towards the beginning of the match, if you remember. Could be that problem has returned.
No, he switched to his knife from his USB.
Well, then he just gave up. I think he was just like, bleh, and just died.
Oh my god. Intensity Pune 5 though, their hopes are alive and kicking. They're not going down without a fight, and that is what we like to see. Grit and determination gets you a long way in the CS community. In the game of CS rather.
And remember, like I said, remember that one round, there was a point where Wackband was looking indomitable. They were looking like there was nobody better than them in this game at least. And that one round, just one round that they lost that full eco, just upgraded pistols. And look at where they are now. They're literally staring defeat in the face. And again, Chris, with this god-awful position. God, triggers me every time I see a player playing this position.
I mean, considering he's there with the CZ and Spawn is in the trade position as well, it's not that bad a setup. But yeah, I mean, it all depends on how fast Spawn swings out. And how good Chris is with that CZ. But again, it is a slow default coming in by Intensity Pune 5. They have the B shot control, they have connector control. And I like it by them. And Reaper, again, he's aggressive at B short. He's gonna get nothing. And Chris is gonna get one from that position as well. But Spawn, he's gonna get traded out by Caramel, who's good for 2. And now the call has come in that the A bomb site is completely clear. The rotation is coming in from the CD spawn. Rani Kaka running out of smoke. And never give up.
Wow.
Hello? He's gonna get taken down by Rani Kaka. RSN, he's gonna be taken down by Jimmy. That leaves Caramel in a 1v3. He's gonna get 2 more. 4 on him. And the premonition by the stats panel may just come true. Caramel. Oh, Freakle's timed out. And Caramel does get the ace. The premonition by the stats panel was correct.
I told you.
Yes,
it's just foreseeing the future, Adi. It's just foreseeing the future. This is Lord Gaben we're talking about. The one true god, Lord Gaben. His game. He knows best, Adi. He knows everything.
Yep, and the technical pause has come out. And Intensity Pune 5, they're still in it. It was an eco round, but Caramel had to dig them out of a massive, massive hole. What was that bomb plant? They had so much time on the clock. It's just nerves from both the teams. It's affecting them so very deeply.
Yeah, it is indeed. I think I'm going to use this timeout to order my food. What do you say? Adi, what should I get?
I have some great homemade pizza waiting for me after this
Pizza
game.
it is. Oh wait, it's raining in Bangalore. Everything's undeliverable.
Well, don't you like? Can't you just pay like Swiggy that their surge fee? They're the real MVPs, dude. They are the real MVPs. The delivery boys, especially in Bombay, by the way, through the monsoons, they'll wade through like feet of water
That is true.
just to get your food to you.
There we go. It's time for Domino's.
Oh God.
I mean, it's the only
Really?
affordable chicken, I'm saying pizza.
Don't say
place
chicken, dude.
close by.
Don't say chicken. You're gonna get some hate from the community. You're non-veg
Oh, I
in
love
this
non-veg,
India.
bro. Non-veg is best, bro. Non-veg, bro.
But yeah, anyway, Vakban, by the way, they've already used they've used up a lot of their technical timeout in the start of the game. It was I think they have maybe 4 or 5 minutes left on their technical timeout, and after that, it's just gonna be a walkover for Intensity Pune 5.
Yeah, pretty much seems to be the case. Like how chat is going scripted.
Sorry.
I like how chat is going scripted. Like, okay, why would we script this?
Well, Vakban could have scripted it, right? They're like, SRA hasn't paid us enough. So yeah, I mean, I should tell you, by the way, since we have this long pause, right? Brutality, Invictus, Too Easy, and Entity, in that order, have qualified for the LAN finale that will happen in June end. The current dates as of now are 23rd and 24th of June in Bombay. We will make the announcement shortly after we have confirmed those dates. Malhar, Portal Esports, and make that ATE Gaming, Malhar, and Portal Esports have confirmed that they will be in the fall season in the Masters League. And SRA and Intensity Pune 5 right now are duking it out for the last spot. If Intensity Pune 5 wins this game, they survive in the Masters League on round difference, and SRA will go out, including, and Yati, Vakban, and War. They've already dropped down to the Challenger Series in the fall season. So there you have it. That's how it works, and yeah. I mean, that's about it. And I think the admin is like, your time is up.
Oh, that's just kind of sad, actually, that this is how it's kind of anticlimactic. Like, Vakban could have actually won this. You never know. You never know.
Yep, their heavy buy was going to come into this game as well. And yeah, I mean, we're just waiting for our admin's decision on this issue. Can't do much about it. If you've used up all your time, all your technical timeout, I mean, if they had 4 players in the server, right, it would have at least continued 4v5, and they still might have had an opportunity. But yeah.
Well, I mean, this is it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh my God. Vakban, come on. Get a couple of players into the server. Why don't they have substitutes? Alright, our admin has provided an update. 1 minute left. So if Vakban gets at least one more player in the minute that has been allotted to them, we will continue this game 5v4. Or, I mean, if they get both players in, of course we'll continue at 5v5. But if they get no players in, because they need a minimum of 4 players, it's gonna be the forfeit win handed over to Intensity Pune 5. It'll go 16-14. Bet?
Yeah. No, I'm just reading chat, dude.
Why?
I mean,
I have
it's
told
really-
Mamba this a lot as well.
I
Do
know,
not read chat.
I'm just falling prey to my own, advice, but can't help it. It's so interesting from time to time. Like, there's just so many delightful insights into how we should be doing our job. I find it hilarious. Anyway, but yeah, like, the thing is right now, right? It's just, I'm just really feeling bad for VAC Band. That's all. Like, they tried so hard.
I'm actually feeling worse for SRA.
Yeah, well, that's true. They get relegated if this continues, right? If the forfeit comes in.
Yes, it does. And they're gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be pretty heartbreaking for them. And considering SRA has actually beaten Brutality as well. It was on Dust 2, of course, but still. And I love how Wackban is like asking for more and more time, which isn't going to be afforded to them. I think we are out of time, by the way. We're just waiting for the admin's decision. It's definitely been over a minute now. So, I mean, as soon as my admin calls it, we can call it as well.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the admin decision to come through.
All right, it is been called by our admins. The GG has been called. Intencity Pune 5 are going to take this game 16-14 because Vakban could not complete the game. And there you have it. They're going to survive in the Masters League. We're going to see them again in the fall season. We'll see them online because they've taken the 8th position out of SRA's hands. And Fett, do you have any closing words for what is the last live game of the ESL India Premiership of the Masters season, of the group stages, of course?
Well, guys, we've been here almost every day casting for you, and ESL has been so graciously broadcasting these exceptional games of Counter-Strike, Clash Royale, and Dota 2. So please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, just so that you can join us every day here at around 6 p.m. sharp for, well, the next phase. Or there are a couple of more days of live streams that are going to happen, but I think they'll be recorded. But, do drop by. It's always fun to see you guys here. So subscribe, hit that bell icon, and obviously this goes without saying, hit that like button.
Yes, indeed. We will have a lot of the games that were played off-stream during the course of the ESL India Premiership. We'll have them broadcasted to you in the upcoming days. But yeah, I mean, we're going to gear up for the LAN finale. And that's it from us for the day. We're going to go back to the studio where Vagish and Zara are waiting for you.
What a sad day indeed. I totally agree with Adi here. Angie, Vakban tried so hard.
Yeah.
They tried so hard. I'm agreeing with Fett also. I'm agreeing with Adi also. Like, Vakban tried to pull Intencity Pune 5 down under with them. Couldn't. Not because they were defeated, like, in like real combat. It's just that real life combat defeated them. Sadly, they were lacking the entire quorum required to be in contention.
Yeah.
So when the score line's 13-14 and they have 3 players in the server, they need one more player to continue gaming.
Wow. It's just
One
sad
more
luck.
player. If that guy would have joined, we would have had some closure. Some closure. Like, we demand closure, man. What is wrong with you, man? We demand closure. But, again, rules are rules. 16-14, the final scoreline. Forfeited at the end moment by Wackband there by the loss of 2 players there. And this also means SRA is getting relegated. Because of this, SRA, their manager, their team is permanently going to be at 36 ka ankada with Wackband. I'm just kidding. But so sad. If Wackband had not forfeited this in the last moment, SRA would have been there. Wackband would have won. They would have gotten relegated. Intencity Pune 5 would have gotten relegated. No. Destiny was in favor of IP5. It wanted them to stay in the Masters League. And so, if we can bring up the standings now. Standings with the Jazzy
Yeah.
GFX.
There was a time, I think even in 2017, where I was doing the winter season, the web live, and there were these 4 games in a row. Wackpan actually were playing with just 4 players in every game.
Yeah.
And I got like really frustrated, and I used to be like, why are they even playing if they want to play with 4 players? And today it's just sad to see that they had their roster, they're struggling so hard. They were almost there, and then it was like deja vu all over again for them for the winter season, and they are back to just having 3 players. But
All right, all right. So, though the standings have not been updated because the match just got forfeited, our graphics person did not have knowledge of this. So now let me break down the entire Masters League standings to you. Brutality is up top. That's a winner there. Invictus is second. Too Easy Gaming is third. It's the first time I'm seeing Entity Gaming fourth. It's not even in the top 3 there. Lot to learn, Entity boys, lot to learn. Sai should focus more on playing with his team rather than streaming. I think that's coming from me as an elder brother. ATE Gaming is 5th. Team Malhar is 6th. Portal Esports is 7th. Pakistani team makes it through.
yeah,
But who isn't going to make through is now going to be Slaughter Rage Army, Team Iyati, Wag Band, and Team War. I'll repeat, SRA, Iyati, Wag Band, and Team War are not going to be in Masters League. They will be relegated to the Challenger League, and we will hopefully see either all 4 of them in the winter season in the Masters League, or maybe some of them, or maybe neither of them.
it's really
But
sad to
Intensity
see.
Pune 5 has managed to like escape this guillotine, like this news, somehow this magic trick, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it right now, just came down from the heavens above, if there are heavens above, and just take it and go. Just like Russell Peters said, take it and go.
It's a little sad to see though that SRA is not going to be there in the fall season. But it's all right. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose.
Oh, somebody's quoted. Who? Tell me, who's this great author who's made these lines?
Oh, it's just a lie.
Oh, but who's quoted these lines? Who's the great author, the
I have
mind
no
behind?
idea. It's
No,
just
Angie,
there.
say it.
No.
Say it.
Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. And that's the name of the game.
Those
at the
were
end of the
my
day.
lines.
No, they're not. They're
Mine.
not. There is some great author out there who has said it. I will let you all know in tomorrow's ESL India Premiership.
Yeah,
But
fine.
for
We'll
now-
take a quick break here.
Yes, on the
and
other
on the
side.
other side, we have Dota 2 lined up, ROG Titans, Buriza.
They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
Okay, everybody. I'm just talking in slow-mo because this is going to be a very interesting Dota game. I want this game to go for long. Because both teams deserve the attention, A, by the viewers, B, by the opposition. Because I believe this Dota 2 game has a lot in store for the viewers to take back notes from to improve their Dota game. Both the teams are pretty good. I'm talking about this impending Dota 2 game between Team ROG Titans and Buriza. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Buriza is also not a very, how would I say, sidey team.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're good.
Good. They're monstrous. When they have to be mean, they will get mean. And they've got Helm. Like, Buriza's got Helm.
Yeah, they've got Helm. They've got some good players in their team in general. And all of them are very experienced. They also boot camp. So that also adds a little bit of feather on their cap because it's more like, when you're a team that lives together, you watch replays, you understand gameplay. You don't really have any other things to distract you apart from just playing the game and getting better at it. And that's why I feel that Team Buriza as a team has grown through the time they've been together.
And apart from that, Angie, I believe this is not about just winning a game. It's about defeating the ROG Titans and telling them Titan is just a moniker. You, gods can bleed, and we will make you bleed.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, powered by Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel, and the lovely folks at Nodwin Gaming and ESL India presenting it to you. Vis-a-vis, it's idly us working under, or rather, it's vis-a-vis just us working as minions going banana when our evil boss called Gotham Virkaholic Virk, aka Gru, is like telling us to go steal the moon or something like that. No, I'm just kidding. He's a gentle giant. But moving on, the Dota 2 game, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, in the offing is an ROG Titans versus Buriza game. So let's quickly get down to the formalities here. Let's get to know Buriza. Alrighty then, moving on from Team Buriza to their opposition, Team ROG Titans. All right, Zed Isberg, Archmage, Archmage. What is wrong with my English? A35, Bata, everybody's in this team. In fact, it's pretty fun to know that Zed Isberg has come out of his retirement because it's when I had joined ESL India as their talent, I remember I was hosting the 2016 winter season.
Yeah.
And Zed Isberg had announced his retirement then, and he comes back with a bang in 2018. He's like, you know what, I can't stay away from the game. This addiction has gotten the better of me. I'm going to come back to Dota. Okay, after that, apart from that, yes, Angie.
Great team. I mean, undefeated like we already know. But as you see the players over there, there's one player in specific I got to give a lot of credit to. I would say ZXC. I mean, we've not really heard his name over and over again in the Dota 2 veteran scene. But this player has been phenomenal in the ESL run. I mean, he has, when he first joined RG Titans, but when they really got... when Jeet Kunra switched to Signify, they had to get a new player on board, and it was ZXC. And Archmage switched from carry to going mid, and I was a little worried for ROG Titans in between because I was like, have they gotten weaker with Swifty leaving the team?
Beautifully,
but I think it gave them a more of push, I think, that, hey, you know what, we can still be the best. All we got to do is keep practicing and practicing, right? And all those players, including ZXC to Bimo, Frank, have worked really, really hard to stand where they are today. And I see it every time they play a game. This is very similar to a case of ROG Titans versus Signify, because Buriza has the same momentum as ROG. We got to beat this team. And as long as you believe that you can keep doing it over and over again, we may fail once, we may fail twice. I believe that Buriza has a very, very good chance here today, because they have the same, you know, like we said, force be with you. They have the same force with them, that we want to do this and we want to win and we want to defeat Titans, because they have defeated Signify. So today, if we can take them down, we will prove it to India. We will prove it to every Indian esports team that we have it in us, and we're working equally hard to stand strong in this tournament.
All right, so then let's quickly, without further ado, let's head off into the drafting session. See what's in store for us. Unless and until I can pull off a Sir John Patrick Lowry and go like, are we going to have a $5 million Echo Slam?
I think we are going to see a lot of bristleback spikes though in this one. Let's just look into the draft now. RG Titans going to ban off the Viper, the Doom, the Razor and the Void. Going to pick up the Sand King and the Life Stealer. Meanwhile, Team Buriza going to go with their favorite picks from the last game against Buriza Youth. They're going to go with the Bristleback and the Keeper of Light. Keeper of Light, of course, being a very key hero for them, being played beautifully well by their support. They're going to ban off the Night Stalker, the Skyrath Mage, the Tinker and the Storm Spirit. They're going to reserve time now. One more ban for RG Titans, and then it would be another ban from Team Buriza, which leads to ROG's third pick, or Buriza's third pick. But they're going to take some time with this ban now. They've got to make sure that they don't give ROG Titans a hero like the Tusker, because I do know that they love to play the Tusker and Sand King combination. They also could not opt to give them the Disruptor, but it all comes down to what you really want to ban at this point. Do you want to ban a mid? And they're going to head and ban out a mid card. For now, it's going to be the Puck getting banned here by ROG Titans, but I don't see the ban. I see the ban on Tinker. So Archmage is going to have a little rough time in the mid lane, not given the choice of heroes that he really likes.
No, I'm solely going by what you're saying. I can't see the small bands.
All right.
So I'm just going by. I'm just listening. That's why I'm paying close attention to what you're saying rather than what I cannot see. Otherwise, it'll be like what Gautam said. Let's hear Vagish analyze Clash Royale, and I pulled off that blind horse joke. Moving on.
Team Buriza, on the other hand, are going to go with their very favorite tested draft. It's going to be the Jakiro getting picked up. Works well with the Keeper of the Light and the Bristleback. Also, Buriza could opt to not go for their DK, which they opted to go for the last game, and pick up something like the Phantom Lancer. It could also fare well for them with the Keeper of the Light, which is back into the meta for those who have seen the days where Keeper and PL have just been a menace in all pub games. This is a choice. But for now, Team Buriza are going to pick up that Wind Ranger for themselves in the mid lane. And RG Titans is going to secure their two supports. Mostly going to be a Sand King support unless they decide to send him off lane. It could be a 2-1-2 lane. So in that choice, they could go with the Leshrac with another Clockwork maybe in their off lane, which will be played mostly by A35, which works for them. And they could send the Sand King in the safe lane with the Life Stealer. But for now, my worry for RG Titans is they got to make sure that they ban out a really strong hero. But they're going to pick up their next hero for now. It's mostly going to be either their carry or their mid. The carry's picked up, I'm so sorry. It's mostly going to be their off laner or their mid hero. Now in the mid choices, again, a Wind Ranger. They could opt to go for the OD, which is still not banned. They can even opt to go for a Templar Assassin, which hasn't really been played that much. I'm surprised to see that the Storm Spirit has got a ban here, which is really interesting. I mean, they do know that ROG likes to play that hero, but he's not really been played a lot in this meta. So let's see what ROG decides to go here. They could also opt to go for the DK themselves if they like that choice. They do lack a little bit of tanking capability coming in from these three heroes, and I think he could fare well for them. But they got to take some time on this pickup. I could also see them pick something very unconventional for their mid lane. Mostly even something even like a Drow Ranger could go in the mid for them, because they do have...
I got to ask you, is this Drow or Drow?
It depends. So in Europe, they say Drow, but in SEA, they say Drow. So... the English word is Drow, but everybody in SEA, this is Drow.
You play a lot of SEA Dota.
Yes, I do. It's the best ping server. But I like how RG is playing this one. They've opted to go for the Ancient Apparition, a very, very strong hero in this update, to be very frank. His Ice Blast does a lot of damage. Of course, he did get a few nerfs on his Chilling Touch, but at the end of the day, an Apparition is only picked up for his ultimate. And if he's able to get that Agnum Scepter up and running, that could be very disastrous for heroes like the Bristleback, for even heroes like the Wind Ranger if it's on point and on target. This also means that if the Lifestealer decides to go for an Infest Bomb with the Sand King, they could always catch somebody off guard and then have the Apparition just ultimate to that point and secure a kill for sure. This makes me think though that if it's going to be Apparition in the safe lane and what's going to go in the mid, and it's going to be the OD's choice for ROG Titans. Very, very strong hero coming in there from them. I would have expected this to be the third ban where they've either banned the Stinker or the Storm Spirit, but giving the OD is something Team Buriza really shouldn't be doing, because Archmage is an amazing OD player, and I keep saying that for almost all the heroes he plays, but he just plays them so well. And if he gets the right ganks off from that Leshrac, RG Titans could have a very good lead in the first 15 minutes of this game. But as we speak of that, now it is Team Buriza's turn to decide what they want to send as their carry. And I think their option could be the DK, because it's a tried and tested hero for them. It also fares decently well against the OD and could sustain till a late game. But they do need a lot more burst from their end. And they got to pick up something that could work out something very devastating for Team ROG Titans. So they got to be... I'm a little unsure about this pickup for them. They could go for the DK. It could favor them. But at the same time, I'm a little worried that if Team Buriza don't get the momentum, I think ROG Titans could really cause a lot of devastation on this map very early on. And reserve time is in, and Buriza...
1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes.
1.5 solid minutes there. I would opt to say maybe a Terrorblade or an Anti-Mage, but...
Come on, one game, Anti-Mage Buriza for us. Do it, no. Do it, no. Why will you not do it for us? One Anti-Mage, one aim, please. Please.
Or even a Phantom Lance. I would again lean onto the Phantom Lance and be like, hey, you know what? You don't really need to fight ROG Titans head on. Why don't you just go and split push this game and end it? So here there are two choices for them. They either can stick to the playstyle of going split push, or they can pick a tanky hero over here and say, hey, you know what, ROG Titans, let's take this head on. But as we speak on that, Buriza taking their sweet, sweet time here. Razor, have you been banned yet? Yes, you've been banned. Otherwise, it's going to be like last time. I'll just see a hero that I didn't expect that would have not been banned. But the Timbersaw, of course, getting a ban on the Timbersaw, I wouldn't have really expected ROG Titans to take a Timbersaw. So that's a very interesting ban over there coming in from Team Buriza. 30 seconds on the clock. Buriza got to make sure, because whatever they pick up is going to decide the whole game for them. Also, mostly the position on that leaderboard. So they got to be very, very cautious. It could be a Visage. Okay. They're going into Akatsuki's books this time. Interesting pickup. I do like this hero. As a carry too, he's pretty decent.
So it's like more of a tower push game for Team Buriza. They want to end it fast.
They want to end it fast, but at the same time, it's a very risky hero, because I look at them and I'm like, you have a Wind Ranger for a Shackle, you have the Jakiro to kind of get that Ice Path off, but you know, your lockdown is not as strong as ROG Titans. And that is a risk that Team Buriza is taking over here. But if they're tried and tested this draft for themselves, I would have still opted for the DK's choice. But this is good enough. I think it all comes down to how the game is played now.
Yeah, it's all about individual and team skill sets here. Well, this is what we have for you guys from the studio. Let's head off into the game to see what's in store for us. So we will be coming up with the game just about now.
All right, so we are in the game. Angela, how are you doing today or tonight in this case? Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Did you watch the draft? It was very interesting.
I was there at the very end of the
Yeah.
draft, and I kind of felt what you were feeling. That last pick of Visage, just
Yeah.
not. I don't see how what they're planning to do. Could you explain? How, because he doesn't even have much magical.
Yeah, he
He's
has
0% magical defense. right?
exactly
Armor
like
over
that hero is okay. He can get very tanky, which is fine. But at the same time, I don't really consider him a proper carry. He can be played as an offlaner. It works for them. But you know the thing is with Visage that if you don't control his birds carefully, you kind of give out 150 gold every time a bird dies.
Yeah, each bird is 150.
Yes, so that's quite a lot of gold going in
It's
the
like
favor
killing
of
a
RG
hero
Titans.
almost every time if you get the two.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was expecting a stronger carry coming out of there because we could see where the offlanes were going. We saw they have Keeper of the Light.
Yes.
And they have a bunch of other units to help them. But here now what we've come down to, it seems that their plan is to try and push the lanes out and take the towers very quickly. And look at the options that ROG has going into this. How do you think they can go ahead and take care of this game at the moment?
I think ROG's just got to get to their spike points. Like heroes like the Sand King, the Leshrac, and the Ancient Apparitions. When they kind of hit that level 4 to level 6 mark, they get pretty devastating on the map. So I think ROG is going to play it safe till about level 6 for most of their heroes. And once they catch that momentum, they're going to start taking down towers and pushing a lot around the map. They're going to make sure that the player, the Kotal, whoever Kotal is being played, he doesn't really get much of an opening because Kotal is one of those heroes that can really get that Agnum Scepter super early in the game, and that is not something that RG Titans really wants. But if we just talk about the laning phase as of now, we see in the mid lane it's going to be Micro who's going to be on that Wind Ranger. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we're mostly going to see that Bristleback come in. Butter, of course, on the Kotal going into the top lane, going to just make sure that Bristleback is safe. On the other side, we have ZXC who's going to be on that Life Stealer, and Zerisbug is going to follow him closely with that Ancient Apparition. Going to get a few shots on Darshan now, who's on the Bristleback, and going to make sure maybe they could secure this first blood. But there are a lot of damage coming out here, but it's finally going to be Zerisbug who's going to secure that first kill. Butter, of course, trying to get a return kill over here. Could take a fall, but he's going to take the Ancient before that. Butter may take a fall here too. He is pretty low on HP, but he's just going to safely TP out, securing himself a nice run here. And a fun little taunt coming in there from ZXC. Good start to the game.
Yeah, quite a commitment there to the Bristleback. I was hoping that maybe Bristol will stack enough quill sprays there to take them down. However, pretty surprising. I guess, what's it called? How was he able to survive that? He at least took on at least 7, 8, almost 9 quill sprays. A normal hero would have died by then.
Yeah,
so
I
pretty
think
interesting how he knew exactly how many quill sprays his hero could take. Because otherwise it's devastating standing in front of Bristleback. It's so early into the game.
Yeah, that is true. And I think there's going to be a very early magic stick coming in there from both the supports from ROG Titans. If you just concentrate a little bit on the bottom lane, though, we see Saurabh who's going to be on the Visage. He's got a very, very intense game for him today. He's got to be very careful on getting those last hits. He's, as of now, sitting on 5 last hits and 2 denies. But opposite him is a more devastating lane. We have Evil Ash who's going to be on that Leshrac, and the Sand King also available in the lane. Now, he is being played by A35. That also means that he's not really going to give Saurabh much space to farm. And Leshrac and Sand King as a combination, they are pretty awful in the lane.
It will be a tough matchup for the opponents here.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Visage. I'm worried about how well he's going to get some farm here. There's a nice stun combo could ruin anyone's day. However, let's not forget Chikiro with his damage over time. It's very annoying to face against also. Plus, he could do a lot of damage to the towers also if he decides to. So it'll be quite interesting how the lanes pan out. I think ROG's job is fairly simple. Just kind of stay safe, play safe, drag the game as late as you can. And I'm not even talking about like past 40 minutes. They need to drag it just 20-25 minutes without losing a lot of their towers. And once with that, I think they'll have a good control over the game. However, I could be proved wrong also. So let's see how the game pans out. And you take us through the game.
All right, so I'm actually expecting this game to go about, like, while we speak of that, of course, there was a kill that happened.
Actually, died, actually,
okay.
And
that
our
was
observer
sad.
is still busy.
All right, so in the mid lane, there was a fight that went down over there, but Team Buriza coming on top of that, 2 kills for themselves, while RG Titans opens the board for themselves at 1 kill. Talking about just this Visage pick in general, I mean, I just feel to a certain extent that it's a good pick, but it's not a late game pick like you mentioned. And a life stealer is a life stealer. He is a hardcore carry. So if you give him that space and that momentum to really farm it off, I don't think Visage really stands that much of a chance unless he's like one of those what is that team from Bangladesh? Council? Like he's on Council, but you just have some exceptional facade skills. But if we look mid right now, Archmage's going to get a few more shots on Micro there.
Micro barely surviving that fight, by the way. Just using the vision in his advantage and getting out of that the last attack, and still fairly low and still fairly confident, actually. Remember, we did see a buff in... this Wind Ranger got buffed again. So another kill that we've missed, we have Visage actually going down in the bot lane. So excellent
teamwork.
Teamwork there. Visage also going down, and so did the Leshrac. So quite a nice fight there, and there you go. Sand King also in trouble, but look at the slow animation of Jakiro. He's able to juke out of there. And such is the game of Dota 2, my friends. It's all about knowing how quickly your opponent can react. And in this case, Jakiro is not too fast, and Sand King was able to get out of there. Let's look at the last hits right now, Angie. The way the things are panning out, seems like Lifestealer is having a great game up top, getting the last hits. And mid lane, we've seen what's it called?
The Odie. He's
doing fairly great compared to the Wind Ranger, who's at 12. More fights breaking out here. Jakiro fairly low on mana. Will be surrounded by the Sand very soon. Finally coming in. Do we have a stun follow-up? Yes, we do. And this Jakiro is going to be going down. Excellent kill there by this great combo that ROG has bought. Just 2 stuns. They're great stuns, by the way. And the way that this guy stuns Sand King plus the other stun together, it's quite a long duration. Look at that. Look at the duration on these stuns.
Saurabh in a little bit of trouble. Got to get out of this one, but it's going to be the caustic finale mostly that could take the shot here. It's not going to be enough though, but we do see Evil Ash. He wants to secure the skill, and he's going to get that one. And they could even try to go for the Jakiro, but for now, A35 is just going to back off from there. And Spidey sense is tickling for Helm. He wants to make sure he can catch that Leshrac. Talking about the mid matchup, of course, I do feel a Wind Ranger is not the best matchup against an OD because she is very mana constrained in the early stages of the game, which is something that OD feeds off. And as I say that, I do see the bounties have spawned. It's a 5-minute mark, and it's going to be 4 bounties going in the favor of ROG Titans, and that spikes the net worth completely by 1k. Very good play coming in there from ROG Titans. It's about 125 gold per bounty ruin per player. And as we say that on the top lane, we see the Bristleback in a little bit of trouble, getting a few shots here. ZXC making sure that maybe he will get a few hits, and Buck just dropping in a few shots. Not going to be enough to take down Darshan though, and he's going to just head back. Meanwhile, the Keeper of Light is there to give the Bristleback as much as mana as he needs for that.
And mana is one of those things that Bristleback needs really badly. And remember, you saw how both the opponents, ROG actually backed off because there was a lot of quill stacks going on them. So we saw Lifestealer backing off, we saw AA backing off again. But this quill spray can be devastating, and they need to make sure that they don't get super stacked on it. Again, mid Wind Ranger finally going down, and as you said earlier, it's not a great matchup for Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger was buffed in the recent patch. Her second skill is almost, it's pretty good now. So yeah, they couldn't see him, but now they do, and another stun comes in. Sand King in a lot of trouble, trying to get out of there. Will lose his life, and Leshrac now on the run, getting out of there as well. As far as the lanes are panning out, it seems like the safe lane carry is doing just fine, and so is okay. Wow, we saw Leshrac just
take a fall there.
No idea what killed him actually. Also,
I think Saurabh did come back into the fight, and we had maybe the Jakiro give out one of his ice parts on him that connected. If we just talk about the mid lane again though, we have the Astral Imprisonment, which works really well with the Leshrac stun if it's timed correctly. So that's another advantage that ROG Titans have in the early stages of the game. They don't really need to worry about really, aiming for the right positioning for the Leshrac. He can make his way through the space, and now we see that he's already ready to take down the first kill. But Butter scouting that out for the Wind Ranger in the mid lane. Micro could be in a little bit of trouble here. The stun is available on Leshrac, but I don't think he's going to be having the choice of using it. The Jakiro has come into the fight now. He's going to just try and make sure that the Leshrac is completely out of the way, and this could be a little risky for Evil Ash. We do have a rotation that could fly in now, and it's mostly going to be the Sand King who could catch off the Jakiro on the side. But for now, we're just going to go back to our lanes, Everybody's going fine. We do have a lot of catch and throw going on this map. But Darshan on the top lane now taking a few shots. The keeper's not there to give him much help here, and he's finally going to take a fall.
Yeah, and there we go. So now the whole point is how well will Visage perform in this game. We would love to see how Visage is going to take that extra farm that he's been getting so far, and how he's going to take advantage of that. Actually, I'm really concerned about the Visage pick there. So I'm going to be extra crucial about the team fights which are going to be coming in. So, and the thing is, the moment Kotl leaves the off lane here, they instantly kill the Bristleback. Because the slow, they have A, second power of A, which actually freezes them. So they always keep taking advantage of this. So, and also the rage spell, of course. Does it remove the quill stacks?
Yes, it does. It does.
So that's a great advantage. There you go. Rage is used. So is the third power also, and he could be in a lot of trouble. Yes, he is frozen, and that is how they take care of the Bristleback. Even with Kotl there, nothing could be done. Kotl goes down as well. 3 people up top taking care of 2 heroes up top as well. 8-5 is the score. Slight lead going in favor of ROG. Again, this is not something you want. You want to be pushing towers right now. And maybe this is the opportunity that they were looking at the bot to push the tower. So let's see if they can get some damage in. However, Sand King is around. And mid is a whole different thing. So here comes the opportunity here. Sand King could be in trouble. Do they have vision of him? He did use his Burrow Strike.
Very low on HP.
Will survive. Yes, he does. Gets out of there safely. So good for him. Dustbin used by the Leshak, and they will do an excellent setup. So many options here to do these setups. Now she has Windrun activated, so did miss a couple of few shots. However, things are looking great, and Jakiro potentially could be in trouble also. And
ouch.
Look at the damage coming out. So much int steal, so much damage. And here we saw someone trying to TP out, however, goes down.
All right, and I mean, this is going a little wrong for Team Buriza. I mean, a Bristleback is very strong, but he needs to get those basic items up and running, and I don't see ROG giving them that, while ZXC going to get a little greedier on his shots. He could maybe take a fall for this one. The Ancient of Personality is going to come flying in, going to secure that skill on the Bristleback, and he's going to take a fall, and there is no answer now that Team Buriza have for ROG Titans. The Bristleback, talking about this pick a little bit more, in the early stages of the game, you can kill him quite a bit. If you cut his momentum in the early, say, 7 to 8 minutes of the game, he kind of loses that flow that he has, because after a certain point, you can't really kill a Bristleback, you can only kite him around. So RG Titans is just playing according to that. They want to make sure that, you know, the Bristleback does not get anywhere close to farm, because that's the only tank available on the side of Team Buriza. And now we're going to mostly see a smoke gank or a TP
and they're
out.
Going right to the bot lane, and they know exactly what they want to kill. They want to take out that Visage, and this is the setup that they've been waiting for. Visage, they do not want him getting anything going here. Visage now has finished his Helm of Dominator, so he'll be getting extra help. Again, their goal is to push the towers, however, not getting the opportunity. They're not getting the right opportunity to push the towers, and now Visage needs to back off. And in all 3 lanes, towers are still standing, and it's 11 minutes into the game. And I don't see how and where Team Buriza is going to put up that advantage to kind of close the game for them.
8:35, gonna get the stun off for now, and it's gonna be the lifestealer who just pops out, sort of in a lot of trouble away here. Gonna just quickly take a fall. His familiars, of course, not able to really help him that much. And more than the familiars, I think they should have dropped a few wards from Team Buriza's side. You're leaving your carry all alone in the bottom lane. You gotta make sure that he's feeling safe. But as we talk about that, we see Butter on the other end. Beautiful ulti coming in here from Zed is Bug, and gonna secure that solo kill for himself. Looking pretty happy. He's sitting on level 7.
He's probably going to go for Midas this game. So he's going to go Brown Boots into Midas, because that'll really help him get that Agnum Scepter, which is very key on Ancient Apparition. But we'll see how the farm game goes.
Also, the funny part about Ancient Apparition is at level, the first talent on Ancient Apparition is plus 60 gold per minute. So he's going to be minting a lot of gold very soon for himself.
Yeah, that'll be there. Also, remember, the other talent is plus 10 spell amplification. That's also a key talent to have if you are expecting to use your ulti a lot. So it's quite a dilemma, you know. Dota, Valve has put a lot of dilemma there. Now the familiars have spotted him. I am surprised he didn't move. He was taking some damage. Like he got down to half a health, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I'm under attack." And that was quite interesting there. Not paying attention. I guess he was monitoring the map to see where his next move is going to be.
True, I think he was just looking for an ice blast angle over there to make sure that he could get something off. But for now, we see Archmage doing Archmage things, going to just quickly try and take down that mid tower. And we see Visage, who's looking at his talent tree now. He has 125 cast range. He also get experience after a certain point, which works well, but it's still a risky option in my case. I mean, I would have still preferred them picking up a Draw Ranger over the Visage pickup.
And
it would have also given...
Guess what? They don't have a super hard carry.
Yeah.
Of course, they have a Wind Ranger, but she'll at best maybe kill one person, focus fire on one person. And now they don't have any hard carry to do a lot of damage into the game. And guess what? They're just losing their mid tower, and that's not the tower you want to lose, because now guess what? All your opponents are going to be hanging around in your jungle without any you know, fear of the other team. Here comes an Ice Blast. Will be a good deterrent to get them back. However, they do manage to take the tower. They will be sticking around for some time. And last hits and denies have now kind of changed in favor. We see Visage now getting a lot of last hits. Let's look at the net worth if possible and see what the net worth graph says. Visage has finally caught up, just 200 gold behind the Lifestealer here. So things are looking like the graph is showing something else, but we know what's going to happen in the game. This is going to be a pretty difficult game, because now they have gotten together and they are trying to take down the towers.
This will be very interesting to see, actually, because if Team Buriza decide to stick together and push together, it's something that ROG Titans would love to have, because if we just talk about basic items, I'm hoping to see whether Sand King has already picked up his Blink Dagger, but with that, we also have the Ancient Apparition, huge Ice Blast coming in, we have the OD Ultimate, so this could be pretty devastating for Team Buriza if they decide to really stick together. It will not go in their favor, but for now, it's a Wind Ranger who's going to be struggling a little bit. The Ice Blast will not connect, but there's going to be a huge fight coming in. Visage is coming to the fight. He's going to quickly take down Zerisbug. Archmage on the run now. He's got to get out of there, but Bristleback is at his feet. He has the hood, and he's going to just astral himself. A35 coming into the fight now, going to just get those 2 stunts off and will secure another kill, but now the Lifestealer is back, and Archmage can run to safety in peace, but now BB on the other end. Got to be careful what he's going to opt to do here, and going to take a fall here. And with that, we have ZXC, who's on a unstoppable streak, and as we speak of that, on the top lane we see another kill go down in favor of ROG Titans. Things just falling out of place over there for Team Buriza. 8k net worth lead on ROG Titans.
And the way that fight started, you know, we saw ROG in a horrible position, because not only did they miss the follow-up stun on Wind Ranger, the whole team of Buriza was on a high ground, had an excellent position coming in, and guess what, there's only 2 heroes of ROG there. However, quick TPs, the Buriza team was not able to close the heroes. They weren't able to kill them quick enough, and we saw TPs coming in, Lifestealer came in, bunch of other heroes came in to save the day, by the way, and Sand King was of course crucial to save that OD. Now things have turned around, and Bristleback could be in a lot of trouble. Few heroes hanging around, the ulti is hanging, and here comes Lifestealer. Will he be able to take it down, or will he slowly just walk away? Opts for the latter there.
I think you all got to walk away, because the whole troop of Team Buriza are going to just head now to the bottom lane. They need to stick together, or they need to split. That's the question of the hour for Team Buriza, because both of them seeming to not work out in their favor. Finally, we see Wind Ranger, though. She's taken her talent. She's going to opt to go for the 1.75 mana region, which could favor her. But she's lacking on a lot of items here. She's decided to pick up the Javelin as a first, and that's a good choice. So I would have opted for her to go for something more like a 4-star to kind of get her out of these really dicey situations that she's facing. But for now, let's see what their plan is. Archmage seeming pretty fine for him. He's just going to just farm around. Meanwhile, Jakiro going to just get a few wards up on this map. Talking about just the tower momentum over here, we see that ROG Titans haven't really been able to secure the top 2 towers. They're still very much alive. And meanwhile, if you look at Team Buriza's towers, they've also taken only 1 tower, and that's in the top lane. So they're still holding strong, in my opinion.
They are, and that's exactly what ROG needs to do right now. They need to just hold strong. They need to make sure that their opponents don't get that advantage, early tower gold advantage, where they use the Helm of Dominator that they have and a bunch of other pushing units that they have to push through their opponents. And I think it's the longer we wait, the longer it kind of goes into the favor of Team ROG, and Windranger doing wind run right into her opponents and will be taken down very quickly. However, team fight has started. The AO ulti of Ancient Apparition comes in. A lot of ultis being used, and the Lifestealer in a lot of trouble, will lose his life, while the other 2 supports run out of their Lifestealer in a very, very bad position.
Meanwhile, we do see that the Sand King has come into the fight. Now he does have the Blink Dagger, going to just get a stun off to make sure that the rest of his team can just run off to safety. A little mixed fight coming in there for ROG Titans. The Leshrac still available over here. Going to just get a stun there by the Familiar. Ice Path gets dropped there by the Jakiro, and that could be another kill going in favor of Team Buriza. They lost 1, but they got 2, and one of those 2 is the carry of the team. A little misplay coming in there from ROG. And, I mean, they did really have a ward, I think, scouting that out for themselves.
And look, they lost their Lifestealer and the Visage there. Not the Visage, sorry.
The Leshrac.
The Leshrac there. And cost them some of the things there, but they still have a 10k lead, so nothing to worry about. Nothing too bad here. However, the graph is slightly tipping up in favor of Buriza. Now, do you think it's necessary for them to go such aggressively, ganking them on their side of the map?
No, I don't think
These
so.
guys can kind of sit back and kind of
relax,
relax, and as we spoke earlier, they just need to kind of wait. As long as they pretty much sit back and manage things. And here comes the smoke is used, and if you look at the vision, what do they see? They don't see any of this coming in. Neither does the other team. The smoke should pop right away, and is Bristol back the right target right now? But with the ALT, yes, it will hit and take him out immediately. A enjoying some extra gold there. Let's see what item A is trying to build for right now. Can we, if we have to look at, maybe has he gone? Yeah, he has finished his Hand of Midas. Another fight breaking down, and A in a lot of trouble. He's saved at the last moment, and now here comes OD. Will be taking a lot of damage here, trying to get out. Plays safe there. A loses his life, and so does Sand King, and the rest of the heroes will be backing away.
What a beautiful fight there for Team Buriza. I mean, that was supposedly not supposed to be won by Team Buriza. They had their tanker who has fallen, but beautiful shackle coming in there from Windrange is securing quite an opening for his team. But as we talk about that, now Team Buriza are going to enter the Rosh pit and going to start chunking down on the Roshan. Sorab, of course, having all those items available and that Centaur to tank for them. And this is the best time for them to really take it. They don't have the Sand King for the Sun. They don't have that ancient apparition ulti that could fall on them. But as we speak of that, we do see the Leshrac coming in from the sidelines. The Lifestealer also available to take this fight. The ancient apparition ulti is going to fly, and Posty going to connect on 3 heroes over here, and Rosh is still not down, so it's all down to Team Buriza to either take it or leave it for Team ROG to take it themselves. And the better option for them is to better take it for themselves. And the hood, of course, getting used there by Bristleback. Nobody takes a fall here, but this is a very intense time because whoever gets the first Rosh is always at the better end, and it's going to be ROG Titans now heading into the pit. We do see Butter. He has already used his skill, and he just wants to make sure he could maybe try and steal the Aegis, but it's not going to be possible. ROG Titans securing that last sheer Aegis for themselves, and now Leshrac taking a few shots here on the back lines, but that's all right. They've got what they came for. Jakiro going to drop that macro fire right in everybody's face, but Xerxes now doing that damage on Darshan. Darshan got to get out of there. He is tanky, but he has the ancient ulti right on his face, and he's got to get out of there. And meanwhile, Xerxes gonna just get out on his side with just that armlet. Good fight for ROG. It was a little risky on the side of
They did lose
TV.
their Leshrac there. However, trying to hunt for other heroes, they do not know Keeper of the Light. Actually went up top, and they are yet to spot him. I think they got a little glimpse of him. Still be looking for him. Anyways, he smokes and will slowly wait for his TP cooldown to happen. Another 5 seconds and he can get out of there safely. But still the hunt is on. There is a hero close to him. And yes, they do find him. Will they let him TP out? We don't know. He's stuck started his TP, and they missed him. By the way, good job there by Space Created.
Yeah.
This
I
is-
just use one smoke, but that's fine.
Yeah.
My team will understand.
So here we go. They're going to lose the top tower very soon. Yes, they do. And guess what? The towers were supposed to be lost by ROG. However, they're kind of pushing the wave in the other direction, and they want to make sure that they have that advantage and they don't lose it. And the longer we wait, the more damage and tankiness will be there for ROG, where they can actually kind of ignore Bristol back and kind of go for the other players that are in the team of Buriza. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how Buriza is planning to do majority of their damage as the game goes further and further.
If you just look at even the items of the teams, we see Lifestealer who's opted to go for a Deso. He's also opted to go for an Armlet, and I think he's farming into his son Yasha, which works for his whole team and himself. He's not really opted to go for the Radiance build, which kind of works in today's games. If you look at the other items also, the OD on the other end has decided to go for a Dagger and a Hurricane Pike. We have the Sand King who's almost finishing an item for himself too. He's picked up the Blink. Very, very good items coming in from RG Titans. The 14k net worth lead, they're doing pretty fine. They're even on the top of the net worth charts. Two heroes of theirs are doing fine, and the fourth also is theirs. But the only person kind of holding everything together for now is Saurav from Team Buriza. He's got to still get all that farm running. He's sitting in the back lines now, waiting for an opening to kind of maybe take this tower and waiting for his team to come. But I don't think that's going to be happening anytime shortly.
It's quite interesting to see his team is not deciding to come there. He's just kind of hanging out there. And he's like, okay, I'll somehow figure out how to TP out. He doesn't have a TP currently. So he's kind of stuck in the back lines right now. So he'll probably figure out how to get out of there soon. On the other side, we have Aegis on the Lifestealer right now. That is still available. They could push the envelope here and go for the tower. And look at this, 23 minutes into the game. It is the wrong team high ground.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful Ancient Ulti coming in there. Now Dasha got to be careful over here because if he takes a fall, there is really nobody on the back lines to kind of help Team Buriza. The Macropire gets dropped down from Jakiro. But there is not enough damage now to take care of ROG Titans. They got to call back that Keeper of the Light. But I think this is a brilliant push for ROG. They still have the Aegis available for them. And the Keeper of Light hasn't yet farmed his Aghanim Scepter, which indirectly means that if ROG takes this push again, they could mostly even take down that tower and then mostly head even to the shrines. But for now, they're going to just head into the mid lane. They see that the tower is ready for the taking. And it's going to be A35 who's going to start this. All of them have the ultimates up except for Sand King, who's a little less on the mana there. But he's going to get it back now. The Ancient Ulti flying in again. They are very tempted to take down that Lifestealer, but he's just got to get out of there super quick with A35.
Yeah, good damage done there. They brought the tower down low enough. They actually even threatened the high ground at the bot side there. So now they're kind of showing their fangs. They have the lead, the advantage that they wanted against their opponents. And now they are coming in and be like, hey, you know what? Now we got this. And we're not scared of you. Because it's 25 minutes into the game, and slowly these guys are just going to keep getting stronger and stronger.
True, and once that OD gets his BKB up and running, that would just be what ROG is looking for, because then they can hit high ground without really worrying about the backlines, and then they just got to make sure that they take down the Bristleback super early before the fight even begins. So then there's nobody really to kind of tank off there for Team Buriza, and with all the spells coming in, it's only the BKB that's really going to help them hit the high ground. And
yeah, well, Bristol, as long as he keeps getting tankier, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Look at his net worth right now. He's sitting at the third from the bottom. And you could, even still, they could kill him quickly. Also, they could just ignore him and be like, okay, let's kill everyone else. Let's leave Bristol back at the end, because barely doing a lot of damage, right? And his quill stacks are now not as significant as they are in the beginning of the game, where the health pool is very small.
yeah.
So there's not a lot of damage dealers left here, and these guys are still ROG playing safe after their initial aggression play. They've kind of calmed down right now. They're taking it slow. Don't have the Aegis anymore, and will need to figure out what they want to do. So the Roshan timer is reset. We can kind of see. Can you tell how long is left?
I think another 3 minutes.
All right.
3 minutes, yeah. Lifestealer going to switch from the Sand and Yasha and mostly go and build up an assault. I think his team needs it quite a bit. He's also been sticking a lot at the front lines, and he is the tank of the team. So I think the assault does a lot better for him. But as we say that in the bottom lane, we have Micro who's trying to catch off that less drag. The Shackle, of course, not connecting, but the focus fire doing so much damage. And they're going to quickly take that kill. And also mostly this tower. But we have the cavalry coming. We have Lifestealer is going to come into the fight now. He's got to make sure that he doesn't take a fall here. Lots of damage getting dropped by him by Saurabh. And they're going to bring him down. But the Sand King ulti, of course, connecting for now. Not enough damage to kind of take them. The stun, of course, connects. And the Wind Ranger a little bit of trouble. But the OD ultimate going to hit and secure 3 kills for now for ROG Titans. Bristleback on the run. He's got to make sure he gets out of there. The defense has to be strong for them. But it's not going to be enough. And another kill in favor of ROG Titans. Archmage is looking for more, and he may get more. He does have the Hurricane Pipe and the Blink. He could blink forward. He does see Butter on the sidelines. The Keeper of the Light going to just use his Illuminate maybe, but no, he's just going to walk out of there. Only survivor for now. The Jakir, of course, coming back to life. And good try coming in there from Team Buriza. They did get the tower, and they were able to kill a Lifestealer, but at the cost of too much.
Yeah, they lost 4 units there and they did manage to take Lifestealer there. So someone got some money in their pocket. However, now with the AC finishing on Lifestealer soon, this is going to be a whole different ball game together. The extra armor and the attack speed is going to be a lot of trouble. So here comes the second pause of the game. We actually have 3 heroes disconnecting at the ROG side. And they have quite a lead, 20k lead in favor of ROG. And look at that, Axe Scepter is also finished on Ancient Apparition, so he's going to be pretty annoying.
Yeah, and he also has almost hit level 16. That means that's a level 3 ultimate that he's going to be using over there.
Yep, it's going to be a good, I believe, 17 seconds of ticking.
16, yeah.
16 seconds 16. Of the damage tick. Again, great ulti to use against the Bristleback, who will just do some extra damage and make sure that he doesn't make most use of his plus 20 regen at level 20.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back into the game, they did manage to get a kill. However, pressure is still on. Bot lane is being consistently pushed. Dust used and game paused.
All right, that's a nice smoke. At the moment. Coming in there from Team Buriza. They could opt to actually go and check out the Rosh pit. If they do get this Rosh, of course, Team Buriza, they have a good chance of taking the tier 2s of ROG Titans. But the question is that even if they do enter the Rosh pit, how do they kind of deal with all this magic damage that's coming in from ROG Titans? They don't really have heroes that can make BKBs, and that's put them at a very hard spot. They are more of the defensive lineup because their offensive time should have been between the 10 to 12 to 15 minutes, but since it couldn't really work in their favor, now they got to completely play on the defensive side. But I do think that it's a game of Dota, so even if you do get a few mistakes off your opponent, you can definitely fight back really strong because the net worth will just swing towards your side. And Visage's build, of course, he's gone for the Helm, he's gone for the Agnum Scepter, and picked up the Solar Crest. Are you still feeling that Visage was maybe the choice for them?
No, I don't think so. They've not been able to get capitalize what they want to do, and that is take down towers. And game is now resumed, and we all know with the delay there, by the way, the longer they wait, the harder it is gonna be for the Team Buriza to come back. However, they're still trying. The game is not over. There is a massive lead on ROG side, but Buriza is not given up, and they're still pushing. They're not yet given up on the game. And Roshan will be back. This is the actual Roshan time. Wow, look at that. I think another 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long Roshan time.
I have no idea how that clock works, but there's still time left. We know that. So interesting tidbit going on here. As far as the vision game goes right now, we've not been seeing a lot of wards. If you can see the vision of one team, there you go. This is the vision of Team ROG, and they barely see anything. No, actually, this is the vision of the other team, sorry, the Buriza.
Okay, and now both the teams trying to do something. They do have another smoke available, but Sand King, he's picked up a Lotus for himself, and also a Vanguard, so he's pretty tanky himself. He's also going to have Lifestealer sitting inside him, ZXC waiting to just catch somebody off guard, Evil Ash and Bug on the sidelines waiting to see what they can do about it if they get caught. But I think the best option for them is again playing the very objective Dota. Just concentrate on the towers and just wait for Rosh. Once Rosh pops again, get that Aegis and then head to the high ground. Meanwhile, the Odi, if we could just see what he has. But I think a fight could break out here. No, they're just going to let the tower go. They don't really want to risk going into ROG like this and it not turning out in their favor. Odi, of course, decided to go the Shivas now for himself, and the next item on the clock for him is going to be the BKB, and it's going to just come in another 3 minutes for him, so it'll be the same time as Rosh spawning, which also works in ROG Titan's favor.
Yeah, and we are going to see now. They're most probably just waiting for Roshan. I think Roshan has spawned or no? There's still plenty of time left. This clock is very weird.
Still another 1 minute.
Is this a minute left?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still keeping an eye out for Roshan there, and they want to wait for that Roshan and wait for that will give Visage the time to make a BKB. However, there's still plenty of gold left for him. I think he needs another 1,000 gold. And guess what? They're kind of getting a little choked out in their own base, not able to go too far. They did use smoke earlier, but not able to capitalize much on that. And we see both the teams kind of bunching up together, don't want to take a risk. There's not a lot of vision on the map. They don't want to take a risk. It's nighttime, probably wait for daytime. And let's see if Kotl has finished his Ag Scepter at the moment.
Wow,
and yes, he does. So they're going to play it safe. Look at that. They have a gem also. The Kotl is going to be giving them a lot of vision. And they have to make sure that Kotl doesn't get caught off guard somewhere outside. So they have a decent control during daytime. And remember, let's not forget the heal of Kotl also in team fights. However, look at the burst damage on ROG. They could blow up any hero or two even if they get caught in Sand King ulti, and we have the OD damage coming in, and let's not forget, after all that, there's a life stealer there and a bunch of other heroes also, the AALT. This is going to be pretty crazy. So, however, on the Buriza side, Bristleback, how's Bristleback doing right now?
Oh, he's
not finished his key items at the moment. Is going for Blade Mail, so quite a different, set of items that he's working on at the same time.
This is going to be a very big fight though. Sorry, cut you there. The Ice Path is going to connect with ZXC. I mean, when the pause happened, if you just saw the positioning, it was really interesting to see how Team Buriza was all around the Life Stealer. And I mean, with so many pauses, I would expected them to take the kill on the Life Stealer, but it's not going to be that way. He's just going to
Roshan spawns the moment they leave the pit. But Keeper of the Light is here. And we should be hitting daytime soon also, which will of course help them a lot with the vision. And there you go, they have put the Medallion of Courage, and they will be trying to take this Rosh down very quickly. However, does ROG know about this or not? They do know about it now because of the AA. And how the AALT gets out, and they have left. Now they have around 25 seconds before the AALT comes back, but ROG is still gathering around town, so they have to be super worried about what's going to happen to them right about now.
Alright, and Zelisbach is sitting on the front line. He has dropped the Ice Path. I mean, not the Ice Path. Second item, it slows things down for himself, but it's going to be Buriza who's really chunking down now on the Roshan. The Ice Path and the Microfire are going to connect for now, and it's going to be a beautiful start coming in there from A35. But whose favor is this? Archmage is going to be on a godlike streak there after that last shot, and we're going to see Odi is going to charge against the next hero, but A35 falling low here, but 3 heroes already down from Team Buriza, and another one going in favor of Archmage. They did get the Roshan, I think, but they didn't get to save their lives, and now the only person surviving is Helm, who's got to really get out of there. But wow, after doing all that, they disconnect from the game.
Look at the last hit by the Dire, by the way. So I was saying that they snatched the Aegis, but there was no snatch word there because Lifesteal, the Sand King actually got the last hit on the Roshan and followed up by Lifestealer actually picking up the Aegis. And this is the second Roshan fight that's costed them heavily. And with that, with the Keeper of Light dying, they also now have the gem towards them. So again, solidifying the great lead that they have, 26k in their favor. And guess what? Jakiro might also go down as well. No.
Oh, and he's just going to avoid him. And now this is the best time for RG to kind of hit high ground. they have everything they need. They have the BKB on the OD, and Archmage is just on a killing spree here. But again, it's the Sand King who really starts off these fights so well for Team ROG Titans, and it's going to be OD again, charging into Butter like that and just kill him in his very base. Meanwhile, the Jokero going to just give a few shots here, but the BKB going to just keep him alive for now. And this is where the first set of racks are going to take a fall. I feel the Buriza put up a very good fight here in front of ROG Titans. It's just... I think it's just that it just didn't favor them. I think ROG just plays on the thing that they have a lot of experience on their hands, and that is why they always get to take games so easily, because they just know how to play against all kinds of teams. And that Roshan fight being the MVP for them. I think Clockwork even yesterday played a fantastic A35, the player actually in general, best offlaner I think in India as of now. He plays some fantastic DOTA too. But more than that, the way he initiates fights and makes sure that his team is able to sustain and continue the fight is what I think always wins RG Titans their games.
Yeah, I think with that, let's take a short break and move the conversation to the studio where Vagish and you are waiting. So
Yeah.
let's take a short break, guys, and we'll be right back with some analysis.
Well, Angie.
Yes.
You've metamorphosized here. You've gone to AFK Studios in Bombay and come
Yeah,
here.
okay, back. Good rains in Bombay, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
No,
saw
it's in
ROG
Bangalore.
DC so much over there. No, even I think it's raining in Bombay.
No, it's not.
It's not? Okay.
I would have known.
All right. Good game there coming in there from ROG Titans.
Yes,
of course.
indeed. Totally. Good fight given by Buriza also.
Yeah, I think the very important fight that a very important player actually I want to mention is A35. I've seen him play I think twice in this weekend. He's a phenomenal offlaner and one of the, I think the top offlaners in our country. Also, he's the one who actually just makes sure that the fight always plays right for ROG Titans. We normally give credit to the mid and the carry, but he as an offlaner has always made sure that the space is created the right way. His items are always on point, and I think in today's game I even saw that his net worth was right below the OD and about the life stealer, which kind of says that he knows how to balance his gameplay and his game style. And I would again call him the MVP, just like last time I had this conversation with Gotham, and I was like, the Clockwork did it. This time the Sand King on the same player did it for me.
Alrighty then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this sums up today's edition. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. This is the ESL India Premiership. Come on, you should have known this by now. 50 days later, if you do not know where you're watching some premium esports action, then there's something definitely wrong with your YouTube or your mouse, because you should have subscribed or pressed that bell icon. Something should have happened by now, which involves notifications. Cheers.
They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
Guy's out. Decoy.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.